Hello, chat. How are you guys doing? Be prepared for this stream to be a bit choppy. It seems like my upload is kind of shit tonight, but I lowered my settings as much as I could, so maybe that'll help a little bit. What's up, Sly? How are you? But we're gonna just, well, fuck it, we'll do it. We'll see how well it goes. See, there it already starts dropping around. See, we can't have anything nice. Internet. Why you gotta be so janky? But yeah, be prepared for just general dropouts every once in a while. Maybe it'll clear up. Maybe it won't. Who knows? But we'll see. What do I think of Taco Bell? I haven't eaten there in a long time. I don't have too many good experiences with Taco Bell. So let me do this everyone real quick. Yeah, I keep looking over at my monitor to see how the bits per second are doing, and it just, oh, it's so bad right now. I'm hoping it cleans itself up after about maybe the first 10 minutes and goes back to normal. But we'll try our best, chat. We'll do our best. I was racking my brain for something else that I didn't really know if I wanted to play more Red Dead tonight, but I was like, I don't really feel like buying a new game right now. So I'll wait. Taco Bell is Russian roulette for fast food. I mean, I know a lot of people who really like Taco Bell. I just never cared for it myself. Not at all. I'm sure there's probably a couple things in their menu I could see myself eating. You were offended by my sin video? I didn't mention Ride with Norman Reedus. What do you mean, Ride with Norman Reedus? Oh, the advertisement on the toilet thing? I had one in it, but I ended up cutting it because it wasn't very good. There's a lot of sins that I write that don't end up making it into a video just because the video was already really long. And I didn't want it to go over, over an hour long. So a lot of my shittier sins that I didn't really have written very well ended up on the chopping block. What's up, Berserko? Moo. You like Taco Bell? You can eat their quesadillas. Is it queso or queso? Someone teach me Spanish. You went to a Chick-fil-A for the first time and the other day, and the service was fantastic. Dartigan coffee mug. Yeah, I'm just gonna be. I didn't design the. I would see it was a guy from Designed by Humans who put those together. I just told him what I wanted. He probably should have just had a big cow one image of the moo on the cow mug rather than just like a pasting of like a stamp book all across it. So I might have to get with him to change that one. Absolus, thank you for the 500 bits. Today is my last day of freedom. When an angry 12-year-old stabs me over the Fortnite merchandise being sold out, I will remember you. Why is this day your last day of freedom, and what does that have to do with Fortnite? There's a secret bike you can get that's a deluxe version of the revised Tyke that has a long range and cargo space, but when Sam rides it, he keeps talking about how awesome Ride with Norman Ready it. I never got that. I didn't do enough exploring, apparently. Oh, Black Friday. I'm just gonna go enjoy Thanksgiving tomorrow. Yeah, I think that's my plan. So, I guess I should maybe do a YouTube announcement too. Let me put one of those together real quick. I'll just do a post instead of uploading a video. Trying to do more posts for this kind of stuff, just because it's apparently a little bit better on the algorithm. I always try to like think of a joke within like 5 seconds when I'm making a post and put it up, and it's always terrible. Usually I just go with depression humor. Alright, that's good enough. Get in here, my viewers. Depression is always funny. It can be. Anything can be made funny. Don't let anyone say otherwise. I made a rape joke, actually, that was pretty funny. Wow, I'm really, you know, talking myself up on that one, aren't I? It was Rape Planet 19 while doing Star Wars. It just blurted it out of my mouth. It exploded like a malformed thought. Like an abortion. I'm stopping now. I'm not down for edgy humor tonight. I'll say something I'll regret. But sometimes you just gotta let the mind say what it wants. Stop, no rape jokes. Yeah, those are that's a hard line. You gotta walk it very carefully. Nice vid on the Dark Souls. Death Stranding. Kojima is a god. Yeah, I thought that one had to be done. How'd you guys... By the way, yeah, I should have asked that when the stream started. How'd you guys like the video? It's another long one. That's my... In 1 year, you know, my record for my longest video ever originally was, game that Dreams. Yeah, Dream Chapters. That was my longest video, and that stayed my longest video for like 2 years. And in this 1 year, I released 2 videos that are longer than it. How'd I let that happen? That's not supposed to work like that. You're so sleepy. You've been sleepy a lot, Neo. Didn't get a chance to watch it yet. Don't worry, it's not going anywhere. Awesome vid, Dart. Among my best, honestly. Well, thank you, Ironbugs. I was pretty happy with it. Felt you went pretty negative compared to my opinion during the stream. My videos always have a more of a negative tinge to them because, you know, it's meant to be funny. But I even stated that the game didn't knock my socks off, I merely enjoyed it. I found my enjoyment in it. I didn't hate my time with it, but like I said, it's not going to be it wouldn't even make my list of best games of the year. I like making fun of Kojima just because I know it's going to rile a few people up for that in that case. Plus, there's just a lot of rich humor you can have when it comes to Kojima. There are a few people who, you know, sometimes you just gotta knock them down a peg or two. Alright, so should I start playing a video game? You know, I woke up this morning, I barely remember anything I said last night in last night's stream of this game. So, if I insulted your mother, my apologies to anyone in chat. You hate nearly every single Kojima game. I can't say that myself. Did that not... It's like... God, what is this broken? At least I got sleep. Not as much as I would have liked. Shut up. God, stop. Please. Okay, so now I can play the game. You know, it might help if I can hear the game I'm playing by sticking in some headphones. I was possessed by my edgy persona. Did I make a lot of edgy jokes last night? I think I just complained that I wasn't sleeping very good because of all the work I had to do. There we go. I should start recording too. Like I said earlier when the stream started, be prepared for my internet to suck tonight. I was doing some tests on it earlier before starting the stream and it didn't look good. Chat, I want everyone to give their description of what they see on screen right now in this wonderful, backwards compatible, you know, emulation on Xbox One of an Xbox 360 game. Apparently there's just a lighting effect that the Xbox One can't replicate. Well, there, now we can see. I made your mama jokes. That sounds like me.
Well, hello there.
Okay, we were going to do more Irish missions, that's right. Now I recall. Blind. Black enemy, yeah. I mentioned it before, but it seems like the Xbox One has an issue when it's emulating some Xbox 360 games in the lighting. I don't remember this game being that annoyingly dark. It suddenly got bright because I looked at a light source. Oh, yeah, that's a lovely ear scratch. Thank you. Where are we headed to? Wow, he had to be all the way over there, huh? Sure thing. They aren't racist enough to the Irish, barely even true to standards. I don't know, I don't recall too much about the Irish character in this game. I don't think he interacts with anyone but, you know, Marston. So that's probably the reason why you don't see them like, you damn Catholic slave. Wait. Or whatever they... What were some things they said that were mean to Irishmen? I don't know many Irish racial taunts. Don't answer that question, chat. I don't want to get you in trouble. Don't want to ruin the reputation of the stream either. And I just don't want to know them because they might slip. I might slip up and use one, or find out I've been using one for years and not even realize it. The new Scorsese movie. See, I thought someone in chat was gonna bring up shit, Gangs of New York movie. Well, I haven't thought of that one in a while. As an Irishman, I can tell you they don't care. I imagine they don't. They're like, sincere. Well, it's generally, you know, it's with the. Hold on a second. Do I want to deal with this? He's not even shooting at anything. Oh, wolves. I don't. You do that. Usually it's, you know, the Irish immigrants to America that deal with racism. Well, I don't know, did the Brits have like a racist edge to, when they were dealing with the Irish? I should stop saying dealing with the Irish like they're a problem, but, you know, in the affairs of, you know, managing an island that they took control of for reasons. Wow, we started this off into a great stream. Irish were hated by the British. Well, I know they had some bad blood for a couple hundreds of years actually. I didn't know if it was like racially tinged. I thought it was just, you know, just like, we want you to do what we say because we're the Brits and we're bigger. I do like reading about that potato famine though. That's some interesting reading. Like, wow, yes. Naruhodo. Hey, no Dartigan. Better hunt me a wild turkey tonight, cowpoke. Are there turkeys in this game? I haven't seen any. Maybe it's in a different area of the game I haven't read yet. I don't think you're gonna find many turkeys out in the desert. Fun fact, the Irish hated because they refused to change religions. Oh, yeah, the whole, you know, Protestant Catholic thing, that'd be, I can see that causing some trouble. They were seen as dirty and less than the black society. As such, they grouped both of them together. The big thing is Irish were not allowed to work in most places. You know, for anyone in chat who wants to answer this question, I'm trying to figure out how to phrase the question too first, but Naradim, thank you for your tier 1 sub. 6 months, man, thank you. What's the deal with Northern Ireland and Ireland being split? I know, like, Northern Ireland's still under the control of UK, right? How'd that come about? Was it like that seems just so weird that there's like 2 of them. I'm gonna learn up on... We're playing a Western game. Why am I just so curious about UK affairs? We should be talking about, you know, the Trail of Tears and, you know, American expansionism. And the Mexican-Indian War. The Mexican-US War. Fuck if I know. It's a religion thing. Probably war. Probably, yeah, some, you know, fucked up shit. When is history just not you determined by the most fucked up thing? Critical howdy. Also, how did I feel about Jedi Fallen Order? I enjoyed it. It doesn't really have that much of a good identity, though. The plot is kind of, like, adequate at best, without any big, you know, not really, without any really good characters, or any, but it's nothing bad. So, and it just, it wears every game that it's copying, or I guess, you know, being, you know, taking ideas from on its sleeve. So it's hard to, like, you know, give it its own identity. What? Whoa, this don't look good.
Well, hello there. Hello.
Oh, they were a nice bunch. I thought that looked very, you know, intimidating that they lined up when I was coming. But no, hi, how you doing, partner? No one ever talks about China. You know, let's talk about the Boer War, or, you know, the Boxer Rebellion. Well, we had enough discussions about that when I was playing, you know, Bioshock Infinite.
Come on.
Jesus, are we almost there? You'll enjoy The Force Unleashed if you want a Star Wars game that feels like its own thing with the combat. Isn't that just more or less similar to God of War? That came out around the time when God of War was the God of War original trilogy was, you know, the top of the line action game. So I always heard that was kind of like one of those games. Though normally I usually describe a God of War style game as if you have like a yo-yo weapon. Had a short day today, long day the next few days. Lol, how are you? Ah, I see someone who works in retail. Maybe. Usually if I see anyone complaining about tomorrow, I'm like, uh-oh. I know what you're doing. We got to move these refrigerators, Dartifact. You know, for the time that I worked in retail, I recall the worst thing was, you know, when people bought swimming pools. Like, oh, I'm gonna buy this gigantic 500-pound swimming pool that I'll use for 1 year and then forget about it. It's like, oh, gonna enjoy putting that into your Volkswagen Beetle. Anyone who works in retail, if they have to load anyone's stuff, they know the people who buy the biggest stuff always drive the smallest cars. And they're like, well, I'm pretty sure it'll fit. Just, you know, let me open the front door and let the seat back. Don't mind the 6 kids that got in the back seat. They'll scooch over. Like, everyone always had the excuse. Like, oh, where they didn't want to help. You'll quickly learn that everyone you meet has apparently just had back surgery. When you've had to lift, when you have to, like, do other stuff for people. Like, oh, I just had back surgery recently, I can't do it myself. I'd love to help, but doctor said nothing over 40 pounds. OG has a lot of horse riding. It does somewhat.
What you searching for, partner?
I've been gathering some flowers for my wife. She's waiting for me back in the cabin.
That's very sweet of you.
And we've been together 50 years now, me and my darling Annabelle. She's always loved these wild feverfew that grow around this place. You know. But she's getting on now in years, and it's hard for her to get up and about. So I want to bring her a lovely bouquet for our anniversary.
Well, I've seen quite a few flowers in my travels, if you'd like to help.
Oh, yeah. Listen, these old fingers ain't what they used to be. Yeah, I'd love it. Sure, bring me any pretty ones you find, huh?
Bring me flowers. Gather 3 wild feverfew. He said any, though.
I really appreciate it.
Any flower would do. Well, I don't see any around here just yet, so I'm not going to bother with it. Saying, hello, how are you today? Thank you, come again 50 to 200 times a day. I've had friends tell me that people get very, very upset when you touch their bread, because they always think you're gonna squish it. People get weird at retail. Maybe that whole self-checkout thing is a good thing, so now they have to like, oh, I squished my bread, not the cashier. Is my internet still, you know, barely staying alive? Barely, it seems. Titanfall 2 is free on PlayStation Plus next month. Is anyone still playing it, though? I mean, the campaign's fine, but it's not very long. I think all the people who might have been playing that switched to the next game that they released. Though that game now seems like it's kind of dying a slow death. Thieves Landing. Oh. You know, I expect that name in a Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Not in a good, wholesome U.S. Today would have been Bruce Lee's 79th birthday. He would still be able to kick your ass, too. I knew you were a Titanfall channel back in the day. Yeah, and I was. Not for very long, though. That was really just a couple months. Those videos were just really easy to put out, since they were only a couple minutes long. So that's why there's like 20 of them at the very bottom of the channel. Yep, Bruce. You know, it's been early morning for a real long time now. Pardon? Why?
Yes, I am a gun man.
Why is everyone always just trying to rob me of my horse? It's not that valuable. She was clearly not dressed for the job. Oh well. Anita Sar. Well, hey, I didn't, take what was it, that video that got a lot of trouble on YouTube? It's like a women's rights activist in Red Dead 2. Suffragette, and he like fed her to alligators, and oh well, there was a good week of coverage. All right, we're gonna buy some property. I like this here looking building. Yeah, you usually want to go for a soft target, not the guy strapped with guns. I guess we could just leave and make it, possible to see everything. Are you saying we shouldn't feed women to alligators in our video games? I didn't say that at all. Though I do recommend giving the alligator a wholesome diet. Maybe find some, a few other meat sources to go along with it. So happy to catch my stream while preparing the food for tomorrow. What are you making? Give us an idea on what's on the menu. Also, Mike just subscribed for 26 months. Big moo hugs. I love you and appreciate all of you. Mike, you're a saint. Alright, that guy should be around here somewhere.
Let's go.
You want to see someone play Postal and show it to those... Well, there's a new one that just, in early access, so I wouldn't recommend buying it just yet. Isn't that guy here? Or am I the wrong time? Oh, because I took on that mission about the flower guy? Yeah, well, I guess he's not going to show up until I handle that now, for some reason. Oh no, there he is. He just... Irish. I just couldn't see him. He's about to get very angry. You've been training like one-touch man for anime reasons. Tell me about the anime reasons. I actually had my first workout in like 6 days because I was so swamped with work. So it was a good one too. My arms felt pretty rubbery afterward. That's always a good feeling.
Put them up.
Irish, what are you doing?
Who the hell are you?
Give me that. I'm your old friend Amnesia.
Oh, good. Blimey.
And I've come to tell you, if you ever pretend to forget my name or your debt to me again, I'll make sure you reach heaven before these two ladies. Now get down there.
Oh, Mr. Marston.
Isn't that really bad for an Irishman to be
Ashamed to know you.
standing up two
What the
nuns?
hell's wrong with you, robbing these gentlewomen and ladies of the Lord?
I thought they was doxies.
Ladies, I'm sorry about this man. He's unfortunately lost his mind to the demon drink. At least I hope he has, and he wasn't this stupid all along.
I think the nuns can understand the word alcohol.
Please excuse us.
You had to see if cartoons were lying to you about the whole 100 punches, 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups thing.
Irish. That
Well, it'll
gal
definitely
again
get you
doesn't
toned.
work.
Well, I don't recommend
Find
doing
that
sit-ups.
rather
Those can be
upsetting,
bad for your
don't
back.
Heartbreaking. Which is why I was just coming to see you when the drink got the better of me. Come on. I know where we can find the parts for you. Motherfucking Mary.
Yeah, John was much better at one-liners in this game.
How about a drink or two, mister?
Unfortunately, I've got a wife.
What are you looking at?
The real Irishman of his time would find attacking the religion as blasphemy. Well, he's come to America, so he's been poisoned from the traditional Irish way. I'm just wondering what a bunch of Catholic nuns are doing in a place called Thieves' Landing.
What a lusty...
I don't even see a cathedral anywhere, or a Catholic church.
Got me head spinning like a top. Can't be good for a fella.
Shut up, you lazy drunk. Before I stop your head spinning
For
with
every
a
cup
bullet.
of ramen, you know how much many calories are in a bowl of ramen?
Beaver on your behalf.
A whole
You're
lot.
looking like a weasel on my behalf. Bushwhacking defenseless ladies of the cloth? You must have been raised on sour milk, Irish.
What are you talking about?
They were the nuns from Hitman, the one that you're actually,
You're a
assassins, you mean?
booze-blind coward.
And you're a hypocrite, Marston. You've robbed just as many innocent folks as me.
I tried to only rob those who had more than they deserved.
I didn't know nuns traveled, other than they stayed in the, the nunnery.
Where are we going, Irish?
Just to the warehouse here in Thieves' Landing. I'm telling you, Johnny boy, it's all set up. We're meeting this pal of mine at the back door of the office, hobble-tongued feller by the name of Shaky.
And he's got the ammunition we need?
Jesus, stop fretting, will you? I knows
I've
about
actually,
guns front,
I don't
back,
like
and
microwave
side.
ramen, but I would really like to
You're
try
real
actual
familiar
authentic
with mine.
restaurant
It makes
ramen at
you
some
keep on
point.
this way.
Because I've always heard that's pretty
All
good.
right, we're here. Stay close.
I think Irish is his nickname. I doubt anyone who was actually born in Ireland would actually ever be named Irish.
This door was supposed to be unlocked. Oh, well, we'll go around the back. Shaky's probably waiting for us there.
I'm beginning to lose my patience.
380 calories for one pack of Mr. Noodles. Yeah, that's quite a bit for a bowl of soup. Put your ramen in a coffee maker. Yeah, so how's that gonna work again?
Can't even sneeze these days without you being there.
I'm currently, trying to perfect
This
proper
is your
chicken
last chance,
sandwiches.
you good-for-nothing shyster. You've already
Going
wasted
through different
too much of my
recipes.
time.
Gonna try another one out tomorrow. Fun science. In Red Dead 2, there was a nun that you could meet at the train station. Yeah, I remember that.
All right, we should be able to get in here. Stick with me and keep
She was
quiet.
probably, I'm guessing a nun, if they're sent to sent somewhere, they're sent to another, a church somewhere, not just live amongst the people.
Shaky's made the arrangements, and he'll...
Do I pat my chicken dry? I flatten it out usually.
Shite. Sounds like Shaky's only
Since usually
gone
I'm,
and got
dipping in
himself
an
thrown
egg, so
down
there'd be no
to
point to patting it too dry anyways.
Now all we have to do is find out who you work with. You hear me? Shaky, you wretched fucking son of a whore. Suck my again! Oh!
Labor
I'll try the
relations
patting it
don't
dry
sound
though,
like they're
before
exactly
dumping in an egg in
at
flour.
an all-time high. You sneak in and get poor Shaky loose. I'll go get the wagon. Good luck, Marston. He's a good man, that Shaky.
Toast sandwich? What? Is it just your bread that's been cooked?
I'll be waiting out by
So
the
much
wagon.
flavor.
Good luck.
You chop your chicken into tiny pieces so they get more intimate with the marinade. It's not a bad idea, actually. I often sometimes use thigh meat, so because thigh meat's a bit juicier than kind of flavorless, white breast meat. So sometimes that makes a better sandwich, I found. Also, I'm gonna use some oregano and basil the next time. Shame I can't kick the door down or shoot the lock. Those would also be nice options.
Hey, you hear that?
Cooking with me. Yeah, I'll do a cooking stream sometime. Sure, why not? I don't know how I'd make it work since I don't have any, computers or cameras in my kitchen. Herb garden for Christmas. Yeah, those seem nice, but then you gotta remember, oh well, I gotta feed plants now.
Where did he come from?
I thought they was gonna do a stealth attack there, but nothing happened. So it looked pretty awkward. Just buy a cheap tripod for your cell phone off of Amazon's. Or I could just record a video and show that on the live stream. Okay, everyone's up there in that room I should have already gone into. I just walk in like we own the place and quickly shoot all of them.
Stop doing that!
Can't you, like, hug the wall at all in this game? Gone.
Hurry! Thank you for your kindness, mister. I thought I was dead, man.
He sounds like me
Kindness
sometimes.
is only as good as the bullets you can fetch up for me and your friend Irish. Let me down, and you'll be a dead man.
It's gonna be one hell of a fight.
Who do you remind me of?
Let's get out of here while we got the chance.
I'm sure it's a cartoon character.
I'm gonna kill you, then rob you.
Oh, neat. Did I just have a stroke? That voice was fucking ballistic. Who, me or that guy right there? I didn't do a voice.
Finish these sons of bitches. Oh my god.
Maybe you're just hearing things.
Come on. There's only two of us.
Who's next?
I'll kill all you bastards. Let's head for the door. Follow me.
Well, I didn't actually catch the guy on fire. That's why I was kind of disappointed.
I'll cover
He was apparently just a little too far away. Will there be a sin on the oddly placed explosive barrels? Nah, that's something in games you just gotta overlook. Unless it's really egregious.
You got a problem with me? Here.
Oh, hey, y'all, go on. When I say frog, you jump.
Jump. Wow, there's a lot of unlit lanterns around this place.
Now what next? I'm gonna rip you up. What the fuck?
Come on. Who's next? We got most of them. Let's go find the ammunition. Get myself into this.
Fire should always be aggressive. You know, fire doesn't have a bias.
You must have a real bad death wind. Looks like our business is done here, fellas.
Okay. Well, is that what we... Yep, it is.
Now we're even.
You've never... So you're talking about Shaky's voice? Yeah, he's got a... He stumbles.
To calm your nerves.
Got a stutter.
You'll get your half. More, you dirty fucking snake.
All right, gentlemen. Let's go.
Why does this sound more like a Western than Red Dead 2? I don't think Red Dead 2 ever had that problem. It always sounded like a proper Western to me. We're just dealing with two different styles of Western, I think.
Did you have fun in there, you and Shaky?
I killed a lot of men for this damn machine gun of yours.
I'm sorry I missed all the drama.
We'll be taking on Bill
You
Richardson soon,
always
actually.
miss all the drama. There must be cobwebs growing on that holster of
Speech
yours.
impediment is true acting. I have a little bit of a stutter myself. It comes through every once in a while I'm streaming.
That's my game, not just the glory like you.
It makes recording lessons really fun. Luckily, it's not a major stutter.
Damn, I knew they wouldn't give up that easy. Hold them off, Johnny. I'll get you back to the
You know, I don't think you would be able to fire the rifle very accurately with one hand.
You know how this is gonna end.
The dart streamer, exactly.
Jesus, we really ruffled a few feathers back there.
Christ, more sons of bitches.
Oh, that's unfortunate for you. Oh, God.
Just drive, Irish. You're acting like a schoolgirl.
Something's not right with that horse.
I'm telling you, Irish, that machine gun had better work after all this.
Don't you worry. You won't find a finer piece of artillery west of Dublin. Get that fella on the bridge. I don't know if I can take much more of this. They're shooting right at me. Jesus, somebody wants that ammunition real bad.
You are dying. Anytime you want to shoot somebody, Irish, please feel free.
Here come more, them bastards.
It's over, friend.
Oh, okay, stop. Oh, sorry, I headshot the horse.
Nobody shoots at Irish at Glen. They're backing off. They must have realized who I was. Well, I
The horse wasn't normal, Toasty. It had to be put down. You saw what it did.
I'm gonna need it.
Why you aren't thinking about when it comes to shooting a lever action one-handed is the fact that the gun uses low caliber ammo. Well, I've never shot one of those. I like the look of them, but I've never, handled
After all you
one.
put me through, it's time you pull the damn
I didn't know
trigger.
they fired lower caliber stuff, but it's still just the length of the gun. It's still gonna make that kind of difficult, I think.
Don't worry, you can
While
count
they're
on me. I just
turning
hope I
around
don't steal
backwards.
all your glory. Wouldn't be right or proper. Impressive, Marston. We'll have West Dickens's wagon rigged and ready to go soon enough.
Horse lives matter. You know, this is the era when cars were being introduced, so horses would have been, out of work. Let's go to the good old general store. Hey, Puff, welcome back.
Hey there!
My internet is fucked up beyond belief right now, so give it time.
Well, hello there. Let me know if you need any help. Say what you like about Drew McFarlane.
I like how much easier and simpler it is to buy something at a store in this game. You don't have to walk around to each individual item. Let's talk to the
How are you,
shopkeep.
friend?
I got nothing but
Survivalist
good
map, huh?
honest product.
Finnegan's Stead.
I hear the Blackwater ledgers gonna print about
I don't think I need those, but I'll buy one of them.
For the visit.
Fuck it, why not?
I must tell you, a man walked up to me the other day and he said,
Slow speed. Oh, horse deeds. Oh, that's expensive. Alright, we're good.
That'll be all. Thanks.
You want some jerky? You know you can make it and it comes out really good. Though, you do have to buy a dehydrator.
Just don't steal anything.
Alright. Where are we going? Oh, back to the fort. American Appetites. Oh, that's... That quest is bugged. It's given it to me 3 times. Either that or it's one of those missions where it's just you do the same thing over and over again. Horse. Has Rockstar ever stated why they've never re-released this game, in a more, cleaned up state? Like on the new consoles? Even just the new consoles would have been nice. I mean, GTA 4 and 5 got that treatment. Wait, did GTA 5 got that treatment. I don't think they did it for GTA 4. No, that game's needed. Yeah, they definitely need a PC version of Red Dead, but for some reason they never wanted to do it. There's a theory that if they do story DLC for Red Dead, they will do a DLC that redoes Red Dead 1. I mean, this entire map, except for Mexico, is in the game, so they... And I think there's like Mexico is sort of in it, just been an unfinished state. So I never had considered that, but I guess it is doable. It is using the same engine too, just, older version. That would be pretty cool of them if they did that, actually. So they probably won't. Hey, Knightley, how are you? You thought the stream died? My internet has been shit tonight, so it probably did. But it comes right back up after a minute or so. Yeah, I'm running at... My kilobits per second is like 1300 bits right now. So the stream probably looks like ass. You like my criticism? Well, thank you. I like to think I'm fair but tough. What's coming to Steam next week? Halo? I know that one is coming. Or Halo Reach. They're doing a weird release of that game. It's like you buy the Master Chief Collection, but they're, you know, dripping the games out one by one. I guess in canonical order. So you get Reach first, then 1, 2, 3, ODST, and I'm guessing then 4 and 5. Or is it only the 1, 2, 3 in Reach? Oh, Red Dead's coming to Steam next week. Okay, never mind. I guess Epic could only pay for so much of, you know, for like a month of there's my stutter. I can't say the word exclusivity. There we go. Oof. Those X words, man, they throw my tongue off base. Do you have to buy them all at once? I don't think you do. I think you just buy the Master Chief Collection and you get all of them, but then they just update each game one by one. Halo Infinite gameplay? Probably this year's E3, well, technically the next coming E3. Because there will be a new console coming out for both Sony and Microsoft next year. So I'd imagine, yeah, they'll show off whatever is going to be coming on launch day with their console at E3. Seems like the place for it. I mean, is anyone really excited about Halo Infinite, though? I mean, if it just looks like more Halo, I can't imagine it's gonna like, oh man, I gotta play that. What? Return the stolen wagon? No. No, I'm not. I'm done. Done with you. Be gone. This is the West. Fight your own battle. Resident Evil. Yeah, that one I think is that one's probably gonna come true and be shown off at E3 too. Maybe get released at the end of the year. But I am wondering just how... I mean, nice that they're getting a new Halo game on the launch of the console, but I just don't... Unless it's something radically different, I don't see how it's gonna really change minds. I mean, I had the awesome idea, like, what if they had, like, the biggest open world ever, and you get to explore an entire Halo ring? That would be something. That would be how you show off a new fucking console. Be gone, cowpoke. Yeah, I got a, you know, a gangster to kill. Can't be handled stealing wagons. I'm kind of convinced at this point that that Samurai game from Sony has been made into a PS5 possible launch game. Since we haven't heard anything about that since the one video. And it looked like it was a bit too good to be running on a PlayStation 4 to begin with. Can't wait to see high-res Nemesis. I will warn you guys who haven't played Resident Evil 3, Nemesis in that game can be really annoying. If you, unlike, it's a lot worse than Mr. X in Resident Evil 2. Because he shows up randomly all the time. I'm wondering if they're going to limit it and make it just more like he was in Resident Evil 2. I can't wait for the, you know, X going to... Well, I wonder what... Well, would that get X going to give it to you since he's not Mr. X? It wouldn't make as much sense, would it? He also carries a rocket launcher. I wonder if that's still in. I'm just hoping they actually gave it a good story, because Resident Evil 3's story is just kind of forgettable. It's like, hey, here's Jill, here's this, you know, covert ops team, and, a few things happen, and then they leave. That's about it. Stars, exactly. You're watching the Sin video, and I can't believe I didn't make an Aliens joke when Del Toro said game over. That one seemed too obvious, though. It was obvious they were referencing that, but sometimes I want to avoid the most obvious joke possible. I'll leave that for other lesser Game Sin channels. You gotta leave them something to work with, you know? I am merciful. I'd rather hit up and have they said game over many times. Princess Beach, exactly. I couldn't think of a funny joke for the whole beach line, so I just like, I'm just gonna make more Mario jokes. I want to put a Mario Kart line in there. Am I about there? Because, oof, you know, it's right across. Right up the hill, in fact. I've shown mercy? No, I'm kind. I'm a good YouTuber. The Death Stranding sin was a doozy. Which one? You're gonna die early like that, Marston.
John? Marshall?
Gentlemen! It's time. We must go.
Why? What's happening?
Seth has managed to get himself inside. But we can't leave it too long, or they will soon realize how very curious he is and remove him from the premises. Or slit his throat and watch him bleed to death. But for a minute, he will delight and amuse them. That's when he'll get us inside.
Okay.
Marshals of the law, when the shooting starts, take that as your cue to start awarding each other medals.
Huh?
I mean, take that as a cue to get inside and clean up the mess.
You're dead? From what, Puff?
All I care about is Williamson.
How shall we avenge you?
It's vital we stop him.
Agreed. That man is a stone-cold killer.
Williamson's a proud fool. The question is which will win out between his pride and his instinct for survival.
Need intravenous pizza. Oh, you just hit upon a billion-dollar idea. I mean, it'll kill you, but it'll be worth it. I think, having the tube hooked up to your stomach would be a bit safer. Just have it well, it's bypassing your tongue. That's no fun. Never mind, that's a bad idea.
Come on, let's go.
So does the law, okay indiscriminate slaughter with a minigun?
Good. Now just stay put till I tell you otherwise. That scoundrel Seth had better not let us down.
Are we talking about pizza because I had, pizza jokes in my Death Stranding video? I don't know how that happened. It just kind of a spur of the moment.
I will give you the signal.
What signal?
The moment you hear a sharp rap on the side of the wagon, rise like the phoenix and start shooting like you've never shot before. This is it, my dear boy. The moment of truth. Me and you, John. One last time into the breach. This is going to have to be the performance of my life. I hope my nerves
Technically, it's not a machine gun.
I'll be honest with you, John, I'm a little jittery.
Was any game actually a machine gun then? They're all machines and they're all guns, so technically every gun is a machine gun. What we're referring to is an automatic.
I'll be a sitting duck in there.
I had pizza 2 days ago. It's pretty good. Didn't make it myself though. I didn't have time.
Come on in! Come on in! Welcome to my humble abode!
How did he ever convince them to let him inside? You're gonna break my knees? It's a Gatling. I know what kind of gun it is. But what else would you describe it as a machine gun?
Immortality was at hand. What would you say if I told you I could teach you to fly? What would you say if I told you I could turn a man into a beautiful woman?
Well, that sounds like a manga I've read recently.
But no more, gentlemen.
What? I woke up and now I'm a hot, sexy high school girl.
I have here in this wagon some
My
of the
childhood best friend is gonna be
finest
so
foods, the
weirded
best
out.
medicines, and the newest inventions available for you and your families. Exotic trinkets from the far reaches of the earth. Elixirs that give vigor and strength. And for you men of physical skill and athletic physique, this miraculous elixir can keep the muscles supple and relax the cords. It loosens the joints and gives a feeling of vigor and freshness to the whole system. Why, some men have reported to me that after drinking it for 1 month, they can chew through steel.
Overselling it a bit.
What the hell? It's a trap! Get your thumb out of your nose.
What would I do if I woke up as a woman? That's a question that requires some thought. More so than I'm usually willing to put into any kind of question that gets asked of me. Oh, I just heard a Wilhelm scream. You know, I think they actually had better than Gatling guns in 1907 or 1910, whenever this takes place. I mean, this is only a couple of years before World War I. You would stare at your boobs. Well, that's an obvious one, but I thought I would probably, you know,
Dang pig, them cock-sucking son bitches escaped the other side.
you know, I haven't given this enough thought. What would you do, Chad?
Come on, let's go.
I honestly don't know. Probably become a much more successful streamer. Because you gotta believe if...
My work here is done. Godspeed, gentlemen. I bid you... Lord! Come here, Bill!
Everyone not saying mass... Yeah, but that's gonna require time. You just can't wake up. You're gonna have to learn a new technique. It's not the same. It's the truth. It's completely different. It's gonna take time before you can just move into that. Hey, Moon Girl, thank you for the 12 months. One whole year. Thank you. Sorry we're talking about turning into women and masturbating.
It's just me and you, partner.
Oh, that's my dude. Welcome to that part of the internet. Yep. Yeah, you're gonna need a Tor browser soon to watch my stream.
Stay close, boy. You follow me, Marston.
Oh. Well, okay, let me go back down then. You just got home from dinner, so I missed all that. Oh, well, consider yourself lucky.
That's the last of them. We still can't find Williamson anywhere.
Hey, it's the snake oil guy.
Gentlemen, let me in, for goodness sake!
That fool must be hiding.
Men, it is time to start tearing this place apart and find out where he's cowering!
A sense of urgency here, please!
Open the gate. It's the snake oil guy.
Get the goddamn gate open and lock it behind him!
Something seems weird.
Oh, we've got company, gentlemen. These scoundrels have got reinforcements.
Why did we leave the
flying
big
this
machine
way.
gun outside instead of using it?
There must be 100 of them.
Really? Bill Richardson was able to get 100 people?
Let's do this.
I mean, that's a much bigger gang than anything Dutch ever put together. Oh, we did yawn it. Oh shit. Maybe Dutch should have been listening to Bill a bit more, because he seems like he put together a freaking army. Okay, there's like one guy that I think is... Okay, never mind, they're coming. Gotta lay out the sugar. That everyone should really do that. Don't want to end up with diabetes type 2. That's never fun.
I can't see anymore.
Bill ain't here. We looked everywhere.
Hold on! Oh, darn, I've missed
Marcy,
it.
Mr. Marston, we got a live one. He says, Bill's already run off to Mexico yesterday morning.
You'll never get him.
So why didn't he take his freaking army with him?
He's gone to see Javier Escuela. That should make things interesting. Where in Mexico?
How should I know? Oh! Where in Mexico, you little shit? Someplace near Chuparosa. I think he said. That's bandit country.
Chupa feckin' Rosa.
Yeah, everyone should be like saving up their calorie debt for
Real
tomorrow,
popular down there.
for the food coma to come.
You just meet me at the ferry. I've got lots of friends.
Or type 1, well, you're usually born with type 1, are you? Or from like an actual accident that can mess up your pancreas?
I'm sorry.
Type
about
2
this,
is just
John.
insulin,
I guess you'll be
resistance.
heading to Mexico?
So it would seem. How is it down there?
Wonderful. A sweet, peace-loving people with the love of social justice.
Oh,
May
so
you
they
always
post a lot
find
on
coin
Twitter.
in your pocket. It's been a pleasure spending time with you, boy.
You too, Mr. West Dickens. Marshall?
All right, boys. That's enough.
It's genetic, you could get it. You could be predisposed to it, and you can do stuff that lessens your chance of it getting it. That's type 2, I mean. Can't really do anything about type 1, but there are like some promising stuff where they can actually implant new pancreas cells to get literally just, okay, you don't have diabetes anymore. Though that's only been done in mice, I think. 1900s Twitter must have been wild. Well, at least everyone would be speaking normally. I think there's actually been people who've created meme images of what a 1900s internet would look like. So long as your Parkinson's is not, your pancreas is not removed, you can in fact recover from type 1. Oh, I did not know that. I thought usually when you have type 1, it's because it's usually like your body's immune system destroys your pancreas cells' ability to do their job. So where are we headed? Irish again, right? Oh, good part of the game coming up.
Come on.
Excuse me? I guess he just didn't make it to the raid in time and got left behind. Twitter is just a septic hole in Argentina. At least no, I assure you, it's worldwide. Everyone shows their ass on it. I think the only reason I'm still partially normal is because I've never really fiddled around much with Twitter. It seems like it does things to people. I think the problem is everyone becomes obsessed with getting in the last word or just being the one to have the really good zinger. So everyone likes to practice their comedy routine. And it's just like everyone's usually just when they're doing comedy, they're just being mean assholes. And it just makes everyone else respond in kind. Oh, woof.
Don't push me now.
Oh, did we have two Argentinians in chat meet? I didn't know I had so many fans in the country of Argentina. Won't be able to stay long for tonight. Just wanted to ask if you want me to blur your email that appeared in last night's stream. Yes, thank you. They also appeared in tonight's stream because of this stupid Xbox sign-in crap.
Come
once again at the beginning of the stream, so you don't have to look around too much for it. Good guy gamer. Though I do sort of just use that email as my, you know, I need to sign up for an account. Here's this email address I don't really use for anything other than that. Didn't expect to run into a fellow Argentinian here. Well, it's the internet. Of course you're gonna kind of do that. Or is you like thinking like, I am the only one in my nation who watches this guy? I mean, I can go on my YouTube metrics and see exactly how many people from Argentina regularly watch my videos. I'm gonna guess it's pretty low, but it's there. Gamers, wholesome gamers, super cool. What was that, what was the thing that Ruby Raj said? Super clean. Something like that. We need to bring back, you know, memes from the Fifth Element. I think it's time. Lilo Dallas Multipass. There we go. Classic. Me and my friends used to meme that movie a lot. When it came out, we would literally, whenever we wanted to turn on the light, and we didn't want to get up and get it, we would just yell out, Aziz! Light! Only the chosen ones who have watched that movie and remember it by heart will know what I'm referencing. Didn't that guy also make a movie he directed the guy who directed Fifth Element, he had some kind of space movie recently with those two kids, or people who looked like kids, I forget the name of it, it was kind of forgettable. Problem is, trying to learn proper English in this country is without going broke is Dex. I'm assuming Dex is, stand in for shit right now. Well, I have to commend you, you speak it very well. Who is my favorite Watchmen character? Probably Ozymandias. Even though it was kind of predictable he'd be the villain, to me at least, I still kind of liked it. I liked his guff. Mainly, he became one of the richest people in the world by selling action figures. And the smartest man in the world decided, you know what, I'm gonna fight crime. Hopefully my stream isn't completely dead right now. Yeah. My bits per second have never recovered tonight. They've been shit all night long. Oh, my stream actually just... Fuck. Stop it, internet. Stop! Hear all this shooting. Now I'm intrigued. Oh, wait a minute.
How good are you with iron?
You shooting at birds?
I bet you can't beat Ira Shelton in shooting. I'll bet you money.
I'm a cringe-ass nay baby. Lol, got him. Yo, did I say something racist just now? Accept challenge.
Come on then. Show me what you got.
Oh. Didn't this same mission pop up in Red Dead 2?
Keep practicing. You'll get there eventually.
Ain't that something? All right, here's your winnings.
How many of you are actually dreading tomorrow? Gotta sit next to those members of the family you don't like. Truth is, I worry about all of you. Big Mohawks. Mike, the salt of the earth. Too good. We don't deserve you. But no, I'm sure we're all capable human beings. You know, I need to investigate this whole sleepy streaming more often. I think it was a lot funnier last night. Mainly because it was basically the same as being on drugs. In my normal state, I'm just like, hey, how's it going? You know, why don't I just follow the riverbed? It'll get me there a lot faster than going around. You know, I've noticed whenever you get GPS in games, I will take the least optimal route just because it's the legal way of going around and staying to the road. Donuts in the heezy. You know, chat, you're weirding me out. It's tomorrow Thanksgiving? It is. Isn't it? Or have I got my dates wrong? Pretty sure it is. Everyone. Luckily, my family is really tiny. It's literally going to be my mom, my little brother, and my uncle. Most of my family's dead, so Thanksgiving's kind of easy. Or that, or they just live on the other sides of the country. Being sleep deprived gives you a very special kind of high. It seemed like it did.
Something don't feel right here.
Yes, well, that's what makes you such an interesting fellow, Mr. Irish. Ah, Mr. Marston, I've come to wish you well. How are you, sir?
I'm okay.
It seems that our friend Mr. Irish here is well connected south of the border.
Oh, it's true. They love me down there.
Man of the world.
It's like a second home. I've got more friends than you could shake a stick at.
What was super dark? What did I say that was super
So
dark?
you know the way.
Oh, it's easy. We just get on me raft here and let the current sweep us away to paradise. Come on then, Dovey.
I'm not sure your idea of paradise and mine are quite the same, Irish.
Relax. We'll have a great time and we'll find your man.
Oh, where I said most of my family's dead? Well, that's not dark, that's the truth.
I hope so.
I'm very close to becoming, a main character in a video game.
Look at it this way. I know we ain't exactly old pals, but, you know, have I ever done you wrong?
No, but not through lack of trying.
Hey!
You boys have fun down there. I shall miss you, John Marston.
Thank you. Where are you headed?
Oh, me? Oh, London or Paris or maybe Peking. I'm a traveling man, sir. This land is much too small for the likes of me.
Well, try not to get yourself killed.
Oh, well, yes, we men of science are not a very loved bunch in this land of myth and superstition. I'm off to the civilized world where men like myself are revered and given medals.
Have fun.
You know, I think you should try out that whole Peking thing. You'll be just in time for the Communist Revolution. Well, no, not that revolution. There's like a bunch of revolutions, not the communists just yet, though.
Nice of you to turn up for once.
That's a few
Irish.
decades later.
What do you mean?
In usual fashion, you conveniently missed all the action at Fort Mercer.
What can I say? I woke up with me head in a pair of tits, and it felt ill-mannered not to get reacquainted with him.
At least you got your priorities straight.
You know me, Johnny boy. I'll be late to me own funeral. They
Going
say
Super
God
Saiyan.
invented whiskey to stop the Irish from
I need a bit more
ruining
sun in my
the
hair to make it blonde enough.
Well, you're here now.
Shite, somebody doesn't like us.
Cut the rope, Irish. Sitting ducks here.
And also stand in my way.
No point trying to land till we're well away from these bastards. Hey, there's more ammunition and boxes back in the raft.
What did he say everyone in Mexico hated him for? Moot chain? Is it ever gonna be daytime again? I would love some daylight. sleeping with someone's sister. You know, this guy doesn't seem that charming to me. Capcom Movie Studios looked at my previous Twitch streams and what you to be Dante in the DMC movie. Trying to think of how I should respond to this because I'm sure it's true. I'm honored, actually. I mean, I've always wanted to be Dante. I mean, I have the bod for it. I'm clearly cut. Oh! Still alive the entire way down. But give me some time. I'll work on my what's the line? I gotta get my line readings right. Jackpot, baby. Yeah, there we go. It'll be a different version of Dante. Is Capcom actually still producing all those horrible CG movies? Mainly Resident Evil movies. And we're really lucky this raft doesn't just go run aground on the bank right next to all of them. Oh, that's a lot of them. Uh-oh. Oh, Green Jacket, there's no way I can read that entire comment. That's a bit big, man. Wait, that guy's in the water? How come I can't swim?
I expect you'll go out and piss in your pants.
Shit, stop rocking.
This is the 4th time your so-called friends have nearly got me killed. I thought you
Oh,
said that
I didn't think it'd actually work. Would I ever stream a Pokemon game? I mean, I don't have a whole lot of interest in it, but there's no reason why I couldn't. Are you just wanting to see me collect a bunch of Snoms? Has Snom overtaken Wooloo in the whole, you know, what Pokemon are we gonna meme today?
Well, I'm glad to be back. This place is a wild devil's paradise.
apart from the fellers trying to kill you.
Down here they call me El Rato, the cat, on account of me stealth and cunning.
I'm pretty sure
El
Rato
Rato
means rat, my friend. I like it though. A little more inventive than Irish.
Well, you Americans never were very creative with your use of language, was you, John Marston?
Done. It's been blurred and YouTube is currently processing the effect. Thank you. El Gato is cat. Well, he said El Rato. How did all these people learn he was coming back to Mexico in just such a short time? Information didn't travel that fast in 19 whatever. I think he's got like 4 or 5 games on the beach for him. The beach, I say. I mean the bank.
You will insist on fraternizing with the notorious Irish outlaw. Shite up.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's actually meant to be a joke. Like Americans think everything in Spanish is just, you know, pronounced with the word L in front of it. We want a ride in your El Trucko to the El Towno. I remember that line from a Brad Pitt movie. I'm sure it was racially sensitive. How many meme wars have I fought in? Basically all of them at this point. I mean, I've been there since the beginning. I mean, I still remember the days of, you know, Star Wars Kid and Numa Numa. And going on Newgrounds and seeing the all your base shit, what that was all about, while my friends kept sending me that. Fucking mate, stop!
So much for your damn connections, Irish.
Oh, I should use medicine. I got some of that left, right? Yeah, there we go. Oh. Sorry, chat. Had to concentrate. Getting shot. It hurts. No, almost walked off the edge. Want to know how bad your mom is? She is literally named Karen. She is Karen Prime. Does she have the haircut though? That's where the power is derived.
I see that. The current shore up ahead. Heads up. There's 2 more. We made it. Thank the Lord. Am I glad to be getting out of that floating death trap.
Well, there we go.
These horses look fresher. And
Is it possible to be a Karen if you don't have kids? Like a single mom, I mean a single person Karen?
Let me think.
I've never seen it, but it seems like it might be doable.
Aside from your friends who welcomed us on the way.
Yes, I think so. I was real drunk last time I was here, John. You know how it is.
All you need is a haircut and a sense of superiority, huh? Happy to be here. Some family drama tonight. Sounds like I'm not the only one.
Funny guy.
Oh, family drama on the night before Thanksgiving. That's not a good sign.
No, that was Canada. Guy here, not funny, but he's real nice. Failing that, you could try the provincial governor, Colonel something or other. Some Spanish name. He's based out of Escalera. Played 3-card stud with him. Or was it 4-card Monty? I forget. He was a real nice chap.
Chad, love your
He was
moms.
a real
Exactly.
bastard. I was real drunk last time, John.
Enjoy the time you have with
Well,
them.
thanks a lot for your help.
Even
Oh,
if
let
they
me
are
guess.
Karen.
You gotta
Hey,
be
she
on
asked to
your
see
way.
the manager for you.
The famed hospitality isn't what it once was, and I've never been known to overstay me welcome. So off I go to greener pastures.
You're aren't you like hated in Mexico though?
You're an angry
You need to get back across the river.
man, but not a bad one.
Keeps it hidden in a ponytail. Takes off the scrunchie or whatever you call it. She's able to destroy any McDonald's in a 500-mile radius. It's a fearsome power. Thank God we haven't weaponized it yet. Well, we're in Mexico.
Go.
Still nighttime though. Why can't we shoot that man? Because he's not a normal NPC. He's a main character. Well, main cast. This ain't Morrowind we're playing, you know, where we can kill anyone. Oh. You know, I didn't know this happened in this game where you just have a music track playing. Suddenly we're playing Death Stranding again and just here's some music. We gotta deliver the package to Edgenut. VOD mute incoming. It's hard. It's getting harder and harder to avoid that, actually. Sadly. Every game's got a license and a ton of music. Gonna have to switch to nothing but indie games. Is it just me, or does the music sound a bit tinny, like it's a bad quality version? Just turn off the music, then we won't be having the proper experience, though. Reminds you of Life is Strange. The final episode of that comes out very soon. We'll be wrapping that one up in like just a week. I think it's December 3rd. Reminds you of Arthur going back to camp. Yeah, that happened a couple times in that game where you just have music playing as you travel. While you download the VOD immediately after the stream is done. Smart man. Hope that episode is good. Yeah, it'd be nice if it had at least one good episode, wouldn't it? End on a strong note. I don't have high hopes, though. I mean, it's literally just gonna be us. It's gonna be memed hard. I'm gonna promise you that right now. It's all about getting over the wall. I played Life is Strange 2 yet, or yeah, I've done episodes 1 through 4. I got one more episode left to play. That'll actually be the last new release of this year, I think. So it's looking like right now Star Wars is next. Then it'll probably be Life is Dead. Life is Dead. There's a new title. Life is Dead. Life is Strange 2. And then I might finally do Final Fantasy X video. Religious icon is not able to save us. He put in a gallant effort, though. Yeah, I'm hoping that the older brother develops a superpower and he turns into a wolf. He's an Animorph. That would rescue it, I think, if it's actually a secret tie-in to the Animorphs. Man, it would have been a lot easier than to take that bridge across the river than, you know, the one we did. Can I fight crime like Rorschach? You mean be a psychopath and just kill people? I'm pretty sure I could. The question is, would I want to? What is even the plot of Life is Strange 2? Two brothers, their dad was killed in a very politically politically relevant way. And they get blamed for it, and they're traveling to Mexico. And along the way, they get into all sorts of zany adventures. Would be cool if I did Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War. Those are really good games, are they? I played the first one. It was alright. I actually considered doing a video, like, back when I first started the channel. That was one of the first games I played, and I didn't know if there was enough plot to actually work with. Because the first game's got a very thin plot. I haven't played the second one, even though I did buy it when it was cheap on sale. Okay, now that the music is playing, I should probably take a look at my map and see where I'm headed. Okay, Landon Ricketts is where I should probably go. And then there's DeSanta. Let's see Mr. Ricketts. Shadow Wars is the second one, right? I heard that game was not exactly great. Like, they butchered a lot of the systems in it for the microtransactions. Like, you can buy your orcs now. And it ruined a lot of the balance. You know, I'd forgotten this game is nowhere near as long as the stuff that Rockstar produced afterward. We're actually kind of like the midpoint of the game. They deactivated the microtransactions. Yeah, but the game is still built around the idea of them, so I feel that it suffered heavily because of that. Are my Life is Strange videos on YouTube? Are they, Gamer? I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure they are. I mean, I've been playing them this year, and Gamer's been uploading to the archive pretty much all year. Did you miss the faraway song? It just finished.
Hey, gringo! ¿Hablas español?
No, sir. Pardon, pero yo habla un solo poquito español.
I need a ride in your El Trucco to the El Towno.
Habla English?
Oh, sí, gringo. Hablo mucho inglés. Hablo filthy fucking bean eater. Hablo slippery little Mexican. Hablo little piece of shit.
No, you lose the right to, like, throw my racial slurs at my face when you started this by calling me a gringo.
What are you doing here, gringo? I don't remember inviting you to my country.
I don't think you did, amigo. I mean you no harm.
You mean us no harm? This is funny. What harm could you do to us exactly?
Nothing, amigo. Now, I appreciate the welcome committee, but I'd hate to spoil a beautiful afternoon on...
It's night now, right now.
Land,
it's always night.
Now, if you'll excuse me.
Hold it, gringo. I think you're forgetting something. A little taxation. I have a large family. Very big.
Man, I got 5 kids to feed, Quaid.
So that we may see our families again, I suggest...
Sorry, when I hear that, it triggers me to start quoting Total Recall. This game's not doing a good job portraying Mexicans right now, is it?
I think you can see him from where
Then again, it doesn't portray anyone particularly well.
Take off the boots, Americano.
As you wish.
Oh, very good. Very good indeed, sir. What a great way to improve border relations. An illiterate farmer crossing the river, coming into their civilization and butchering the local peasants. Thank you very much, sir.
To be fair, they were robbing me.
Don't mention it, old man.
Okay,
You
Boomer.
kill peasants, you become a peasant.
I never aspired to be anything more.
A socialist, huh?
I don't recall ever saying, down with,
Many
the capitalism.
Most of them bad. But a man of political principles? No.
Well, then I fear Mexico may not be for you, sir.
Don't you worry about me.
Oh, but I do worry. An angry man a long way from home, a man who handles a gun as sloppy as you.
I can handle a gun okay, partner.
Yeah, as long as you're killing quail or peasants. But if you have to face another man, you don't stand a chance.
And you do?
Can show you a few tricks. Come with me.
Have I ever played the game Total Overdose? No, but I've seen it and I remember that game. I just never played it myself.
And you?
And Tetsu, thank you for watching the video, man. Glad you enjoyed the pizza joke. That one almost didn't make it in fact. Also, the goat liked the video as well. Thank you guys. Sorry it was just so freaking long, though. I don't like making them that long, but sometimes it just happens.
Well, you won't make it in the circus, but you can shoot. Keep on practicing.
Thank you, old man.
Now,
No, I
who
played
are
this
you?
game back when it came out,
No one interesting.
and I did do a video on too.
Landon Ricketts. Not a name that means much anymore.
Are my Metal Gear Rising
Means a
vids
little.
on YouTube? No,
famous
that
when I
was
was a
before a
boy.
gamer had ever come around.
Yeah, killing men's a strange kind of fame.
Other than my Sin video,
I
that
was
is.
the fastest in my time. I must have been. I'm the only one left.
What are you doing here?
Living quietly. Waiting.
For what?
I don't know. And you?
I'm looking for a couple of men. Bill Williamson, Javier Escuela. Escuela's from here.
It could be. This whole place is teeming with a...
Oh, planning on asking the girl from the dollar store out next week. Oh, well, good luck on that.
Locals hell-bent on revolution.
Revolution?
Do I have Golden Gun cheat active? No, I just gave me the
Never
gun
really
because,
ends.
you know, this version of the game comes with it, and all the DLC.
Before the Spanish left. Now there's another local guy running around promising the peasants their freedom. Ah, just like the last 2 or 3.
Should I not be using the golden pistol?
Government? Foul bunch. Colonel Allende, he runs this place like a feudal king. He's an awful individual.
Is that so?
Yeah. Until someone puts a bullet in his head. Come on, let's get back to it. You gotta keep that back straight. Otherwise it makes the gun jump.
You know, I don't think Marston is in need of shooting advice. I played Red Dead 2. He was pretty good at it back then, too. Oh, and now it gives me the manual ability to do it.
Well done. Now that wasn't
You know, I wouldn't be sitting right next to the target practice and drinking, as that guy is. Do I think Kojima is going to give us America 4?
always raising hell.
He does like doing that, doesn't he? He's making a horror game next, so we'll see if he, you know, rebuilds America in that game.
While doing a public service for the good people of Chuparosa.
Yeah, I really like Metal Gear Rising. That's probably my favorite Metal Gear game.
Here will do. I'm gonna scare up some birds. Let's see if you can take down more
Oh,
than one at a time.
like how you're going with this, mister. Oh, there we go.
Nicely done, sir.
He wasn't a protagonist, yeah. Now he is. He needs practice and hone his protagonist abilities.
I would have thought an old goat like me would have been long forgotten.
Well, he was a protagonist in that game. You get to play as him at the end of it. And he can do all this already. I don't require him to, you know, relearn how to do a proper Denai. You just had it.
Señor Ricketts! Señor Ricketts! Señor Ricketts! Señor Ricketts! Por favor, señor. Our bank wagon's under attack just outside of town. We need your help again.
Whoa, slow down, Ramon. We'll take care of it.
Thank you, señor. Again, you are the savior of this town.
Well, my friend, are you ready to take a list?
Isn't this guy, the Ricketts, an actual actor from Westerns? I believe that's who he was, wasn't he?
Let's haul out. Time we put you to work on some bigger prey.
Or am I just making that up in my head?
Come on. Work.
Oh well. Everyone's got their own fan theory now on why John isn't as good now as he was in Red Dead 2. I guess you could explain it that he was away from the gun for a couple of years and maybe softened up on his farm. So maybe that could be that's probably the best explanation you could get.
Look over there. They're in trouble, all right? Come on. I'll wipe that smile off your face.
Did it work? Doesn't seem to have worked. There we go. No more automatic Deadeye targeting now.
All right, let's move out.
Can I just state I really hate the Xbox One controller and its button placement? I really hope they change that for the new one.
I can see you haven't lost your touch, Landon.
Well, the trigger, the R1 and L1 buttons, I hate their placement. It always feels uncomfortable to reach for them with my gigantic man hands.
Old man who can't stand up straight no more.
You're a long way from being a Landon Ricketts partner, young, old, or otherwise. All those stories you heard as a boy were true, you know.
Oh, I don't have a golden gun anymore either.
So much for this quiet life of yours, Mr. Ricketts.
I didn't say I'd become a coward. I'm not gonna
It's a bit too bulky. I've never liked it as much as the 360 pad.
I give them some hope.
They don't know how
What can I find is Ricketts based off an actor named Ross Hagen who voiced him as well as also died a year after this game came out. Oh, well, that turned sad. Yeah, I thought he was actually played by an old Western actor. I didn't know he was dead, though.
Sano y salvo. Nunca podré agradecer lo suficiente.
Buy me a whiskey later.
Super manly hands, they are very veiny. I think that's the mark of a manly hand, and they're large. Gotta get going. See you later, gamer. See if we can make it daytime. Ever. This is an inn, isn't it?
Stay close to the perro and his entrenador. Any problemas? Call me. Amigo.
Search the area with the dog. What did I just take on?
Close to the dog.
Okay, we got dog mission. Lasso and hog-tie criminals to stop them by any means necessary. I didn't mean to do this, but okay. Days don't exist. There is a Wild West vampire movie where that's sort of the concept, as well as a bunch of Wild West vampire video games. That's a weird genre, there's so many of those. We got these two great flavors. Surely they'll be great combined. Where they at, boy? How does a dog just smell crime?
Go get him.
A holdup, even.
Hey, you. Stop that right there.
Well, still counts. I arrested him. There you go, sir. Also, you might get the coroner. They smell the adrenaline. From that far away, do they?
What have you got?
A lot of crime going on in this town. Just a few feet away from each other, even.
There's no point in struggling.
You know, Chad, I've actually been thinking of playing Half-Life again. Is the Half-Life, mod for Half-Life 1 complete? Is Zen in it all now? Does anyone know? I should maybe restate that statement. Are the Zen levels from the Half-Life 2 mod that redoes all of Half-Life 1 finished? If so, I might play that soon. I'm in kind of a Half-Life mood. Save the woman. Oh, fuck! Oh, fuck! Well, I sacrificed myself for her. I didn't know they were gonna start shooting. I thought they would pet the dog. Oh, where the hell am I? Oh, cool, they started me all the way over here, instead of all the way over there. Neat.
Come on, come on!
Well, let's get on back there. Holy God, that's a lot of dude. What? Man, now that the auto Deadeye aim is, taking off, I suck. Because that freaking R button, oh, it's so bad. Can I go back to that where it just automatically does it, please? That was, nice.
Come on.
Or maybe I'll just stop doing nice deeds. That too. Mexico seems like a dangerous place. Well, they are in the middle of a revolution right now.
Come on.
Is Mexico really that dangerous? Well, yes. Not to speak ill of the country, but yeah, it's not exactly the safest place you could be. Don't you just love having actual save points? I miss the ability to save anywhere I want. Rockstar is dead set against that. I mean, there's definitely safer areas in Mexico. It's mainly around the border and certain cities, where like the cartels are basically in control. I'd just say I wouldn't plan my vacation there right now.
Whoa there.
Chad, have you ever had to sneeze, but for some reason you cough instead? That just happened and it felt weird. Just don't count on the police saving you? Well, sometimes the police are under the payroll of the cartel, too. Kinda complicates issues. If, and that's a big if, Bully 2 was announced, what features would I want in that game? Thinking. Not having to go to class all the time would have been nice. That got kind of annoying after a while. So it's a feature I wouldn't want that's in it already. But, just generally better everything that it did already, because it was already a really good game. Come on, come on.
Yeah.
You're a Skyrim breed. Oh. I need to buy some property here if there is any available. Have I ever watched Better Call Saul? I have not. I don't watch a whole lot of TV. Don't usually have time for it.
You wanna make some money? Yeah. Ven conmigo.
Follow the stranger and listen to his proposal. I'm sure he won't try to rob me.
They're delivering provisions to the market. You steal one of the wagons, I give you good money.
No, I'm not interested.
Come on.
Apparently there's no property in this place to buy. No, there is. There's one right over here, actually. That way, if I die, I don't have to ride all the way back. Oh, I don't have enough. Never mind. Yeah, I know what Better Call Saul is, I just never bothered to watch it. I've mentioned before, I don't usually have time to watch TV. Nor do I have the patience to sign up for 100 different streaming services that exist now, where you watch them all.
Well, how do you do?
Okay, I can't tell what time it is anymore in this game because it's always night. Let me play poker, maybe I can make enough money.
I guess I accept your challenge.
Every round starts with a forced bet called the small blind. Okay. Big blind of 10.
Let's get this show on the road.
I could get real lucky on this hand. I could.
Call.
I call.
Let's ride this pony.
Okay, wow, the resolution on those cards is kind of shit. Look at table. 3, 3, and an 8, and I've got an 8. Okay, so it's not a good hand, actually. Fuck it.
And I'll raise you.
Maybe I can bluff.
Those were the cards I was hoping for.
Okay, so I've got a pair of 8s, and everyone's got a pair of 3s. I'm hoping a 5 will get dropped.
Call.
Okay, I make my decision. What do we have here?
Yep, I know, but I think I've probably lost. Fuck it. Split pot. Okay, we still came out good. It's a split pot.
¿Qué cosas? I did not plan to live with no dinero.
I'm watching you.
Nope, I'm done. I got the money to buy a house.
This ought to pay off little Mrs. Operation.
That's all I needed, and it's daytime now. Right, Olivia, you have discovered the elegant suit to allow you to cheat at poker. Alright, let's save our game. Love you back, Mike. You're in a very loving mood. Did something good happen today? It also looks fine as hell. It's not a proper, outlaw suit, though. So I'm not gonna wear it. We did get the Mexican poncho, so we could look like, McFly.
Muy interesante. Gracias, amigos. Mr. Marston, how the devil are you?
I'm fine. How are you, Mr. Ricketts?
I'm good. I'm glad you're here because these men were just telling me about Mr. Escuela.
Javier Escuela?
Emilio, let me ask you something. His nombre is Javier.
In Red Dead Redemption 2, Javier did not get a lot of extra, development, did he? Compared to, say, Bill and, Bill and Arthur.
Ask him, was he about
I mean, not
5'8"?
Arthur, but Dutch.
Mustache? Did he have an American in tow? A big American?
Emilio, estaba con,
Outside of like a few moments, Javier didn't really do much in Red Dead 2.
No.
I again. I got that.
But they do have his sister.
Or maybe there's some, like,
Really
optional stuff I didn't do with him.
She's a fine young woman. Teacher. A human being. Not the clothed vermin so many people seem to have turned into.
Tell him I'm sorry.
When a man's family is involved, you need a little more enthusiasm than mere apologies.
I have enough worries, sir. This man's problems pain me, but they're not quite my own.
Those who sit on the fence
There's a
make
mod for
choice
Red Dead that
in their
makes
own way.
Arthur into Thor.
Don't you think, Mr.
I'm gonna have to check out. I'm gonna do a mod stream of Red Dead 2
And what
eventually.
about you, Ricketts?
I'm going to see what mods are available though.
Man who ran away from home? What choice did you make?
I'll tell you what choice I made. I'm a fighter, sir, and I'll fight to the end. I think we should get going.
He teaches Arthur fishing. Yeah, that's the epic story we wanted from Javier. I mean, Bill actually got a lot of development, but not Javier.
Ride yourself. Makes no odds to me.
So I did think that was a bit strange. Because I was kind of expecting it. Rockstar makes some weird, well, they're just going for period-related, you know,
Really?
facial hair.
Perhaps you're more in need of my help than I thought.
Is that so?
Oh, there will of course be an anime mod that turns everyone into waifus.
Exactly in your favor.
Funny how everyone seems to know my business, but nothing about the men I'm looking for.
It isn't easy getting the locals to talk.
I don't know how easy it is to mod that game, because usually Rockstar doesn't make it easy. That's actually the thing I'm most interested in with Half-Life Alyx is the, you know, potential new mods, generation of mods it could develop, you know, lead to. Because it is releasing with the Source 2 SDK. And that led to a whole bunch of fun last time that happened. Yo, I spent all my money on a house. Are you going to cover this?
It's the only way to travel, so they keep telling me. We'll get off at Casa Madrugada and ride from there.
Chat, I have never ridden a train before. Mainly because I live in America and that's not really a thing that happens much here. But I've always wanted to be on a high-speed train. I'm weird like that. Yeah, you're right. This game does make it seem like Javier and John were good friends, but outside of that one moment at the beginning of the game where Arthur and Javier find John on the mountain, that's really it. And apparently a fishing trip. Let's let it go. It gives us a chance to talk, you and me. Hope you'll be one day. I don't know, I don't think high-speed rail is ever going to be a thing in the US. I have to travel abroad to get on a train. Usually in the US, trains are used for transporting cargo. There's only a few passenger lines still around. But then again, maybe we'll get that Hyperloop stuff eventually. That's another one of Elon Musk's things. I'm gonna put you in a pod and it's gonna go really fast. Rockstar cinematic mode is shit. Does anyone actually play any of Rockstar's games with cinematic mode turned on? I don't know why they even make it an option still, since it makes the game unplayable. Well, no, that's not right. Red Dead 2 finally made it usable by making the horse auto-travel while you do it. But you couldn't actually fight with it on. You know, I should make that a challenge if I play Red Dead 2 again. Play the entire game in cinematic mode. That would be something, actually. I might have to consider that now that I thought of it. The true test of gamer skill. Oh! Wow, that almost changed the narrative really quick. That dude he was in a hurry. I kind of wish it would have happened though. That would have been a lull moment. Oh. We only played Red Dead 2 on cinematic mode, but in GTA it's actually hard to drive. Well, they made the horse auto drive itself along the roads when you're in cinematic mode in Red Dead 2. It still messes up. I remember crashing a couple times whenever I used it. I think one of them was actually clipped. But every other game, it's always been unplayable. I'll check it out actually when I get out of the train. Did we go back to the U.S.? Slept well? Could use a bit more. But I haven't been editing a video together all day, so I'm pretty much normal. You were once on a night train with 3 Italian nuns. That sounds like the beginning of a novel. That seems suspicious. All you had to do was follow the train, Marston. Definitely not enough train missions in a Western game. Unlike Red Dead 2, which is perfection, apparently.
There should be some horses for us across the way.
How do you turn on cinematic mode in this game? But all the cheats are off. I don't think you can turn on cinematic mode anytime you want. Maybe what? Yeah, I guess you just can't.
What are you waiting for? Mount up. Come on. All right, let's head to El Matadero and see what they know about Luisa.
Always a train, not nearly enough for a Western. They rectify it majorly in the second game by having, like, how many train missions? Like 5 or 6?
You're the hero around here, Mr. Ricketts, not me. What is the army?
Bro Mama from the Train was a good movie. I vaguely remember that.
She's a pretty young thing. That's normally reason enough for a Linde.
So I've heard.
You miss cheat codes in games? Well, they're still there. You just have to pay for them now. They didn't go anywhere. They just figured out a way to monetize them.
Sleepy, don't it?
Man, I really wish my internet has been so garbage the entire night.
Find this Carlos guy. Whoa! Carlos.
See?
We're here for Luisa. She's still being held up in the caves?
Yes. She's still up there. Who's the cowboy?
We're here to help.
Muy bien. I can distract the
Yeah,
guards.
that's the start of a novel. You could get to writing a Green Jacket, publish that shit. At least stream didn't die. It's gone down a couple times, but not, you know, for more than a few seconds. You know, but my ISP is just having one of its nights where it's ringing all over the place.
All right, let's find Luisa.
I've had low bit rates for upload the entire night. I almost considered not streaming, but I was like, you know what, screw it. I haven't streamed much this week. I gotta do it regardless. I'm sure they won't notice us walking behind you. Very stealthy approach, guys. Come get your big moo hugs. You've been handing them out so much, Mike, tonight. I've already got plenty. Share the love, man. Spread it around. Any chance of switching ISP? Nope. It's one of those times when I have the best ISP available in my area, and there's nothing better to switch to. I mean, I get good speeds, it's just every once in a while I have a bad night where my upload is garbage. Maybe once, Elon Musk figures, finishes his satellite network, I can look into that.
Me gustan sus botas. Muy bonitas. Mi hermana tiene las mismas.
Pinche campesino de mierda. Te voy a colgar al lado de tus cerdos.
Váyanse al infierno, traidores.
Okay, I guess that was the distraction. Oh, no, never mind. I was about to shoot them, and I was like, wait a minute, distraction doesn't mean go shooting them.
Come on, let's get into those caves.
Off to sleep. Good night, Chris. Oh, this is an NPC that actually shoots and kills other people.
Cover me, damn it.
You know what? Let's switch to our shotty.
Stay with me. Call yourself soldiers? If you laid a finger on her, what are you doing back there?
I'm in front of you. What are you talking? NPC chatter. Go to NPC chatter.
Jesus! She must be in here. I'm gonna see if I can blow the door open. You keep guard. There'll be more.
I'll loot the dead. You do that. Gotta love American capitalism, where all major services are duopolies. Circumnavigate around the monopoly clause. Hey, it's okay. We're getting really, truly disruptive tech soon. Maybe. Hopefully. Say a prayer tonight, regardless, though.
You're trying to frighten me!
All right, get back behind that table.
No, I'm generally optimistic for the future, regardless of the problems we have today. You know, you're probably gonna kill the woman inside that door. I don't think you need that many sticks of dynamite.
Stand back, damn it! Here goes.
Is everyone trying to beat, write the next best Western in chat now? Chat, I want, if you care to, everyone make their best attempt at writing the opening to a Western novel.
Girl's barely alive.
Just a single paragraph. Something that would, get my interest. Like, I'm gonna buy that. Sorry, I need the money. I'm running low.
Look out, more of the bastards.
Oh, he had a mean face. Oh, a very mean face now.
I taught you well.
You're not that talented? You never know until you try. I got to where I am today by trying my hand at writing shitty fiction. Where you think I didn't just have these immaculate writing skills that I possess now? Those had to be grown and earned through hard work by writing garbage novels that I never let anyone read. You somehow managed to cut yourself in the night. Fortunately for me, it's just a little cut on your finger. Maybe check your bed. Maybe you look... That's unusual if there's nothing sharp near you.
I doubt you'll be needing this.
Looks like Carlos left us some horses. Come on.
Now, I always tried to write really... even though I hate steampunk, I once challenged myself to try to write steampunk fiction, since I figured if I could write something I didn't like and maybe I would, improve my writing muscles. I ended up not liking it very much. It had some good ideas, though, early in my opinion.
Come on.
kind of tried to like mix a bit more cyberpunk into it and just go with the, you know, robber baron era of like the early 1900s. So I guess maybe that's more diesel punk. I think I still have that in a drawer somewhere. It will never see the light of day. You can only write fan fiction. Well, if you can write fan fiction, you can write a paragraph in chat. Everything is apparently inspired by noir these days. It's like you see so much stuff that it's like, oh, we're inspired by noir. We want to do our own take on it. Oh, I saw that bullet coming. Come on, give me the other one. You give me $500 for that diesel punk story. Why would you pay anywhere near that amount of money for a story that isn't finished and ain't that great? I mean, I'll give you a hint of what it was. It was about literally like some extremely libertarian. Well, I was a bit influenced by BioShock at the time. So you might recognize this theme. It was about a steampunk city, heavily influenced by libertarianism, but I set it during like the early 1900s robber baron era. It is a bit weird. I'll give you that. I started the novel off with some big fat guy chopping off someone else's finger who tried to rob from him.
Was someone...
But he was a nice guy.
One of the men holding you?
No.
Normally he chopped off an ear.
I don't know. I don't think so. But I remember that name from prison. Bad people spoke of him.
I told you, John, he's still in Mexico.
Okay, then. I guess we'll keep looking.
Yeah.
You're gonna sell it to Mike? I don't think Mike would buy my crappy fiction for $500. He's a smart boy. See, Green Jacket's got the idea. He's probably starting up a career from this, actually. And he doesn't owe me any royalties because I gave him the, you know, the confidence. Nice video today. Thank you, Jim. Horsey. Not exactly a mighty hunter, is he? Alright, what's next, chat? You know, I really love it when the game takes me really far away from my checkpoints and other missions.
Let's go.
You know, I've been experimenting with just doing more of these YouTube announcements by doing a text post. I think I've proven that they don't get as many viewers when I do that. We've like stayed around 60 all night instead of usually the 100 I would normally get. So, I guess that's back to those. Except for, you know, non-research streams. You know, isn't this Monument Valley supposed to be in the US, not Mexico? Are you sick, sir, are you? Hope you feel better. You're on something called Turkle. Never heard of it. Whenever you make a YouTube announcement, I only see 1 out of 10 times because of YouTube's crappy system, yeah, but it seems like more people see it than one of my text posts on YouTube. which usually only the people who are looking at it on mobile even see. Which creature will give you the painful death? Predator seems to kill you quick at the very least, most of the time. Alien, he likes to, chew on you maybe a little bit. I don't know, they both usually kill pretty quick. Most of the time. I'm pretty sure the Predator just I need to take your skull out, and he does it after you're dead. But I could be wrong. I've only seen the movies, I don't know what, alternate universe, alternate, books. The book, you always got, take into mind the books these days. There's always a book series that changes the rules. Will the new policy from YouTube affect my vids? You can never, if I say it, I'll probably end up regretting it, but I don't think it will, because I don't see how you could possibly think my videos are for kids. I don't use thumbnails that would appeal to kids. I don't use language that would appeal to kids. I don't play all the games that would appeal to kids. Most of the YouTubers worried about that are the ones who play mostly Fortnite or Minecraft. I think those are the only YouTube gaming channels that have a lot to worry about. That play the kind of games that are really big with kids, and they play only that type of game. Now, they might have something to worry about. I think I'm pretty safe. In fact, there's a possibility that... I don't want to say this because it makes me sound like an asshole, but there's a possibility that it could be... Hold up. Could be good for me. Oh. Suddenly we're playing Death Stranding again. Is there a mushroom gonna pop up there? He was in a hurry. I thought it was something important, but no, said the drain of the lizard. Continue. But there's actually a chance that because, I don't know if you noticed, but kid-friendly videos on YouTube, they get a lot of views, and they make a whole lot of money. And if that's going to change, then all those advertisers will be going to other channels, so... Everyone who's not kid-friendly might actually, make out like fucking bandits on YouTube once that's implemented. But that's, not a good way of approaching it, because, hey, those people are out of a job. I need a theme song for when I enter the room. I actually have one. I'll let you listen to it. It's a really good one, I think. Here's my theme song, chat. Yeah. So now you know the truth now. That's right. I'm a pillar man. I have no stand, but hey, I'm a superior being. Wamu. I see we have some people who haven't watched JoJo in chat. And like, what is that track?
Let's go.
Chat, just lie and say it's from a contemporary musician. The ultimate life form, yes, Cars. Specifically Pixar's Cars. I kind of wish, I've said it before, but I really wish the JoJo universe hadn't been reset. Because it means like things like the Pillar Men are no longer, existent. Now you got Rockmen instead, and they don't interest me nearly as much. We're the same, you and I. Both have the same song as our theme song. Oh, you too are a Pillar Man.
Let's go.
Let's rub oil all over our bodies and pose dramatically. They did a reboot? No, well, sort of. They literally have a universe reset in the story, and there's a fictional reason for it. Like, literally a villain gets a power that lets him reset the entire universe. I'm spoiling shit right now for you, by the way. I should stop. I'm like, yeah, because that's next season. Forget everything I just said if you only watch the anime. I kind of forgot about that little detail. Not everyone has read manga. Wait, Jim, is this... We're like reversing the way this usually works. I'm explaining something to you that's really nerdy. That's not how this goes. I'm the one that gets lectured on the lore. Fucking Poochie. Damn straight. He was a good character, though. I like that he had to struggle nearly as much as the heroes did. Rather than just being like a DOS character who's like, you're coming at me, I'm so cool. He's like, this is hard work being a villain. Welcome to the Twilight Zone. You know, I still think the Twilight Zone has some of the scariest shit ever made. Well, not all of it, but I still remember being actually one of the few times legitimately scared was watching the... What's the name of the Twilight episode where the little gremlin's on the plane? And there's like a scene where like he opens up the window, on the window flap cover on his seat on the plane, and like its face is pressed up against the window. I do legitimately remember screaming when that happened. Because little Dartigan, y'all didn't know anything about jump scares at the time. Yeah, see there, Jim, you know some JoJo. Oh great, it's nighttime again, like always. Gotta be careful or I'll activate the mission. I need to go to sleep to make it daytime. Our strands are gonna team up. Combo strand. Sleep. No, not change outfits. Sleep. There you go. Your knowledge of JoJo is only from memes. I get the feeling that's a lot of people's only knowledge from it. They've like learned about it from osmosis. You'll be making your first JoJo cosplay. Who's it going to be? There's a lot of upcoming characters from the next season of it that would be good for cosplay for you. At some point, chat, I'm gonna have to play LA Noire as well. That's probably the most easy to sin Rockstar game. Hermes Costello with a friend dressed as Jolene. Oh, so you are going from characters from the next season of it. But here's the thing, if you're gonna do a JoJo cosplay, you have to get someone to play your stand as well. You can't just do it. No, you gotta have the stand character. That's if you want ultimate cosplay points. Shit. Can't tell what time it is anymore. This universe is breaking down. You watched some of the first season? The first season of JoJo ain't that hot. The main character ain't that interesting to me, compared to what comes after him. Didn't Jolene spoil the events of the Sixth Sense in the manga? No. Not that I'm aware of. I don't even know what the hell you're talking about, honestly. No, Jolene, good character. I just wish that the sixth part of JoJo didn't end the way it did. I liked the world as it was, and I thought the reset wasn't really needed.
Por unos pesos podemos retirar a mi cuarto y conocernos mejor, ¿eh?
No me toques.
I fold. No tengo nada. Gentlemen, I thank you. Oh, yeah. Hey, Mr. Marston. How you keeping, sir?
Just fine, thank you. And you?
Oh, very well, sir. Thank God my wife died. Unlucky in love, lucky in cards.
Oh, at least you saw the positive in it.
Keep playing, Mr. Ricketts.
Oh, I'm sorry, Herb.
Oh, we're gonna learn how to,
I'll keep playing
do
you in
the
servitude
draw
for the rest of your
mechanic
life
now.
on Earth.
This many
If that
hours into
makes
the
you
game.
happy. Yes, I shall indeed, sir.
Well then, your deal.
Oh, Marston, would you like to join us?
I don't think so. I'm just gonna have a drink.
Oh, come on. Sit down. Sit down.
Okay, then. Gentlemen,
Na mach schon!
An anime club. You know, I'm sure it's a lot of fun, but I'd be nervous about joining anything at school related they called the anime club. That's gonna come with probably some very, very heavy stigmas.
I wonder if you're also as lucky as Mr. Ricketts here.
Nothing like a game of poker to warm the soul.
Bold!
I'll raise you.
Hey, see you later,
I'll
GNC.
take a whiskey, if you're buying, Muller.
Uh-huh.
We're good.
I'll check.
We did a full run through with the
Lady
Deadly
Luck is sure
Assassin
kicking my
outfit,
ass
so
today.
John had an eye patch on the whole game, and it makes watching this scene weird. Do you play all games as, Solid Snake? Or I mean, Big Boss? Yeah, we're good. I think you're supposed to win this, so they just give you, like, here's the winning hand.
Terrible. I'm gonna check that one.
You two must think I'm a fool.
Always a pleasure playing with you, Mr. Muller.
It breaks the game? How so?
Muller, we might have to send you off prospecting for more silver soon.
You remember playing a game like this when you were younger in another game? There's something, one of my favorite things, like gambling minigames in any game, is in Jade Empire. Because if you cheat at it too much at a certain point where the devs knew people could cheat at, rather than fixing the cheat, they actually kill the person you're gambling with. Like, the gods come down and smite them just so you can't, like, get too much money.
How long does it take?
I'll call.
I fault.
Now, ain't that something?
I'll keep going. I need to play Jade Empire again at some point. Just wish there was like a version of it that actually worked.
I just ain't getting the cards.
Show them my balls. Show that I just can't be unbluffed. Always bet. Split pot.
Both as lucky as each other. How interesting. You fucking cheat!
Excuse me?
You fucking looked in my fucking cards, you fucking cheat!
Now, Herr Muller, let's calm down. There must be some mistake.
There's no mistake. Your Yankee friend here is a fucking cheat.
Easy there, Germany. Calm yourself down.
Oh, yeah, you know exactly what you did.
Yeah, I know exactly what I did, friend, which was nothing. Now, I'd prefer it if we could all play a friendly game and no one get hurt.
You planted this guy Ricketts.
Now, why would I do that? I've already beaten you. Now, calm down and let's finish the game.
There's no more cards game.
Ease up there, friend.
There's gotta be a name for this.
There must be a name for this.
Ah, there we go.
An impasse, sir. An impasse. We could all die here and now.
I'm not fighting you, Ricketts, but the Yankee him I don't like.
He's done you no harm, Muller.
He's done me no good either. Outside, winner takes the pot.
The winner will take what he wants. The other man will be in no position to argue.
Sanchez will be my second.
As you wish, Germany. As you wish.
I like that everyone in this game is just, I'm just gonna call you Germany. And then we have the Irish dude.
John, I want to make sure you know.
When we were meeting the French lady, we're like, hey French, let's keep it simple. Also, why are we calling anyone Mexico?
If you pull your gun too soon, you'll be less accurate. After you draw, pick your shots carefully, like I showed you. Once you've picked your marks, the rest, my friend, is in the hands of fate.
Let's get this over with.
Steady now, partner. Stay calm.
You should have stayed home, Yankee.
Have accepted a duel. To draw your gun, use L trigger. Alternatively, pull back on R stick to move your hand.
Come on, we've earned ourselves.
I didn't really get a chance to finish reading the tutorial, but it apparently worked out.
Your health.
Our theme song.
You, the man they call Marston, see? You like killing? Watch me cut her throat.
Nice friends you got here, Mr. Ricketts.
Tú y yo, Marston. Peleamos ahora, eh?
Wasn't this guy angry before about me killing, people robbing me in the street?
You better not miss, partner.
No puede ser. No merezco esto.
Yes, senpai.
Oh, Dios mío.
I got my eye back.
Ayúdame.
For the love of God.
I didn't do much in the...
Can a man enjoy a drink and
I didn't really do... Oh, fuck. Shit. I didn't really do much gun fights like that in Red Dead 2. I know they were in it, but they weren't as mandatory.
What the hell's happening?
Is that normal dress for a bandito? Dress? Holy God, you do not go down, do you? Why didn't I yell soy? Aw, shit, I forgot about my trademark.
Well, I must say, you tourists certainly...
That was one of those things that I didn't really remember much from last night. Remember, half asleep.
I doubt Muller will be missed.
He wasn't much of a poker player.
I'm sure he had no loved ones. We're good that we killed him. Yeah, I think there was one that I tried in a random event and I lost it and I never got any more of them after that. Because it didn't seem like it worked the same way. And they didn't give me a tutorial for it. ¿Cómo está?
Can I borrow this brick? Oh, sorry there, fella.
I shot him in the ass. Can you recommend a better place of shooting a man? Wasn't the game for you? It's not the game for everyone. It's got a really slow burn. And it's a bit long in the tooth. Have a drink. No, I want alcohol, not capture a thief. I can't drink in real life, so I'm gonna drink it up in the game. Hit me.
Hay muchos gringos que entran a México por ramita vaya. ¿A usted le gusta la cerveza? ¿Barrigón? ¿Del estribo quizás?
I like that the game considers that robbery my business, even though I was in a bar getting drunk. No, I could drink if I wanted to, I just choose not to. One more. No, no, he's starting to have a different animation. Starting to affect him. How do I have not more money? Because I've been buying property all the time. And not doing, stuff that I don't loot every body I come across as well. There we go, we're properly sloshed. You know, I gotta give Rockstar credit, they know how to make a drunk animation. Suddenly I'm playing Death Stranding again. I got a lot of weight on my back. Hey Morriston, it's your cousin Roman. Let's go see some big... Yeah, good drunk animation. Liddy! Liddy! It's wearing off though. Oh, didn't last nearly long enough. Man, if only we were that quick.
Hey, Gringo.
Mr. Ricketts.
Come on in. Sit down and have yourself a drink.
I think I mentioned it last night, but the saddest thing about Death Stranding is it didn't give us any good memes. Or did I miss any good memes that came out of Death Stranding?
No, hasn't yet.
I didn't notice anyone like repeating lines from the game over and over again.
We're old friends. We was kind of educated together.
So what is this, some kind of high school reunion sort of thing?
Something like that. Well, you've
There were no memes. No. Kojima is no longer a meme master.
That I have.
And I tried to stop. I mean, I don't know. I tried to go straight. I did. I left the gang after the gang left me. Left me to die after I'd been shot.
Not exactly.
They'd all gone crazy anyhow. Our old leader, fella you probably heard of. Anyway, he more or less lost his mind, went and shot a bunch of people.
Just Monster Gamer. That might be the only meme that came out of it.
I got shot in a robbery. They left me, and I left them.
Well, that's how it goes.
Peeing didn't really become a meme. It's too normal for Kojima.
Already had me a woman. Got me a farm. Then I got me more trouble.
Sure.
Been sent to track down the men I used to run with. Track them, kill them.
Well, if you don't, someone else will. There's no escape. Look at me, I spent 25 years killing men. Look at me now, sitting around here like some low-rent would-be messiah. We're relics.
We can be boomers together.
Have another drink and let's wallow in a little self-pity.
Sounds like a plan.
Your health.
Mr. Ricketts! Mr. Ricketts! Thank the Lord I have found you. And you, Mr. Marston.
Will you sit down? You all right?
I'm well, sir. But Allende
Hey,
is
see you later,
sending more men
Tarquin.
to the death. Prisoners who have not been tried.
Hope you enjoyed the stream tonight.
A prominent writer, Castilla, and a local official whose only crime was not putting the small holders on the street when they were late with taxes.
Writers and government officials. For once, I agree with Allende. Some men need to be killed.
Mr. Ricketts!
I was just joking. Where are they?
Who's my favorite
Nearest
Final
Alea.
Fantasy protagonist?
Sing
Zidane.
up our self-pity and go shoot ourselves some bad guys.
By far.
You're gonna be all right.
Though, Cloud, I like Final Fantasy VII Cloud a lot as well, but Zidane just takes it for me. God, I need to play Final Fantasy IX again soon. I need to look into the mods that make the backgrounds look a lot better.
Let's head for Escalera.
Thankfully, all this AI stuff has given us ways to clean up a lot of janky old games to make them look better, and Final Fantasy IX is one people applied it to. Since apparently, Square lost all the files for it, along with Final Fantasy VIII and the original 7. Good job, Square.
Louisa was pretty shaken up.
She's angry. This war is getting dirtier by the day. People are being executed for just having an opinion.
Linde seems to have more enemies by the day.
Perhaps you would know. Rumor has
Didn't they lose it in a fire? Yeah, they lost most of their old stuff in a fire, I think. Like Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. And Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, and a bunch of other games.
I have to find these two men.
Man, I would really like to see a Vagrant story. Someone just revamp that game entirely. That was such a good game. Janky as fuck, but I kind of enjoyed it. Also hard as hell. That was Dark Souls before you had Dark Souls. How many of you have played Vagrant Story?
Now, I politely ask you to watch your tone, Rick.
All I'm saying is, maybe there's a reason why people around here don't want to talk.
They didn't screw up his backstory, they just rewrote it. They didn't have all the stuff in Red Dead 2 planned out already. That's why there's no mention of Arthur.
You remind me a lot of myself. How I used to be. Stubborn and angry.
You ain't changed all that much.
I always...
You want to be the guy eating bodies? Oh, down an Aztec temple? Interesting. That would be rad. I think you'd grow old of it after the first time, honestly. Plus, the cleanup is gonna be a bitch. What the fuck are you looking behind you? What are you doing? Thanks for wasting that one, Marston.
I guess that's that then. Let's go.
That was dumb. Oh, well, I deserve that. Well, the game kind of forced it on me by making Marston turn around and shoot the ground for some reason.
Yeah. Look, it's an army convoy. I think I see the prisoners in those wagons. Come on. See if you can take control of that first wagon. Come on.
Oh, I thought he meant... Oh, shit. Oh, the horse took the bullet. Shit. Now I'm making the mission weird. Alright, we took control of it. Oh, okay, screw you too. Playing Sekiro at the beginning. Any tips? Pay very close attention to what the game tells you. And really learn how to parry, because that's really what you gotta do. Holy fuck. Ah. It seems like they're getting really accurate from a distance, even while on horseback.
Go. You see that? Prison wagon. That must be them. This is our chance. See if you can take control of that first wagon.
No, not... What are you... There we go. Perfect. Oh, not exactly perfect. There we go, now it's all easy. I say, and this guy will probably kill me. There we go. So, which one of you are going to be the Skyrim main character? Caught you crossing the border. You know, I don't think I've ever seen a 16-bit edition of Red Dead Redemption. It's very kind of you to show it to us today. That last bit got me. I'm sorry, my internet sucks tonight. I'm hoping you're enjoying the retro version of the game. It's a nice filter, isn't it? Yeah, my internet has never recovered. It's been garbage all night. Hopefully it'll be better tomorrow. Can I have permission to post a link about Red Dead 2 mods? You'd have to have one of the mods posted. I don't know if there's any mods here right now. So, you can definitely post it in the Discord, though. Well, Jim is here. Jim can post it for you. Yep. Screw it. Right on through. Holy shit. Glares, hey, do your job. Post that link if it's safe. Ugh.
Now, we'll handle it from here. I know you got other matters to attend to.
It's been nice riding with you, Mr. Ricketts.
And you too. You took me back to another time. Talk to Louisa. She'll help you, and she's well connected in that other land. I hope you find what you're looking for, Marston.
You know what I'm looking for.
If you say so, Marston. If you say so.
The link Jim posted for me is the list of Red Dead 2 mods. Well, you can usually find those on, like, you know, Nexus. There's, like, plenty of websites that post them. Not that difficult. See if I can kill Bird. Wait, can we lasso Bird? Oh well. Alright, what's next? I think we can only do the DeSanta mission. But he just told us to go talk to that lady, though. I guess that'll open up later. Not fun fact, Landon Ricketts' voice actor died shortly after Red Dead. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. He was written out of Red Dead Redemption 2. That makes sense, I suppose. I still kind of wish his character was... I'm guessing his character was meant to show up on it at some point. I never even considered that, actually. I mean, there's enough characters kind of already like him. I think they've run out of, like, random events for me to pass by. So it's just someone shooting at an animal now. Maybe as a side mission? possible. You know, there's always there's one thing I like about Half-Life 2 is just how much of the cut stuff that didn't make it into the final game is out there. And so much of it has actually been leaked and is playable. And that doesn't happen with other games. Like, what gets cut you never get to see. I like to see, like, I love seeing that kind of stuff, actually. The stuff that just didn't make the cut for the game. Because some of it's actually really interesting. Lets you see where how the development arrived. Where it did. That's one of the reasons I'm really interested in the... I'm going off again about Half-Life, so I'm sorry, but... The Half-Life Alyx documentary that's coming up from GIF, from him of the Sacred Game Awards. That's gonna be good, because it's gonna show what, you know, what the hell fuck Valve has been up to the past decade. Like KOTOR 2? Yeah, like that. Sometimes you can data mine a game and find stuff that wasn't finished, but there's some stuff that just doesn't get into the actual code either. That really reveals, like, what kind of other ideas they had for it, but just couldn't make it work or didn't have time to. Hey, see you later, Husky. Like Minecraft 2. I don't think you need a Minecraft 2 as long as they keep updating the original game. I mean, it's got a couple big updates not too long ago, didn't it? That basically refreshed the entire game almost. I know it got really popular again after the last update. Or was that all PewDiePie's doing? Claire and Chris have never teamed up. Probably in the movies they have. I couldn't tell you for sure if they have or not. There's a lot that goes on in the movies that I've never paid any attention to. Supposedly Landon Ricketts was supposed to meet Arthur and show him how to properly use revolvers. So basically the same role again. I kind of wish they would have shelled out for Clint Eastwood. That would have been so awesome for that to show up in Red Dead 2. Just a character being voiced by Clint. I mean, he would never do it, but it's nice to imagine it. They could even have him talk to a chair. No, I think, yo, Clint Eastwood has reached that stage where it's like, no. Too grumpy. Yeah, they did team up in one of the Resident Evil movies, thought so. And they were in, well, technically, no, you're wrong. There was also a game, Code Veronica, where Claire and Red and her brother team up. I don't know why it took me so long to think of that. That entire game is about them meeting up again. We don't talk about live-action RE movies? They're non-canon as far as any RE fan is concerned. Yeah, I do kind of like the first live-action one, just because, like, I've mentioned it before, that was the very first movie I ever, paid money for a cam version of it from the theater, because that was really exotic at the time. So it has a special place in my heart. That was the first time I ever broke the law. Felt like a rebel. Dangerous. Sexy, even. I, too, have my outlaw ways. You may rob a bank. I pay for cam rips of, shitty movies at the video games. Who's the real danger seeker? We should buy property. What do you think of Overwatch 2? Shouldn't really just be... It should just be a big update to Overwatch, rather than making a sequel. It doesn't look like there's enough difference to it. So I wouldn't be happy. If I was still playing Overwatch, I would not be happy about it. Oh, I don't have enough money, that's why I can't buy it. But I'm guessing they're like, hey, there's enough here to charge people to buy the game again. I don't care if it has a story mode. That should have been something that was there in the beginning anyways. That game has made so much money that there's no excuse for that, how lazy they've been with it at times. I mean, we have that game to thank for loot boxes after all. You failed us? How did you fail us, Mike? You've never seen a Resident Evil movie? No, you actually are remaining pure. Virginal, even. The only time you break the law is to do drugs. Any other law breaking is non-tolerable. Why that one, though? It's like, I'll make an exception for meth. That seems like it's worth the risk.
What do you want, gringo? What are you doing here? Have you heard? There's a war going on.
My name's John Marston.
I really appreciate Rockstar's ability to make really ugly-looking characters and still make them good.
You want to talk to my boss, gringo?
I guess.
Because I'm not good enough for you?
No, sir.
You think you're better than me? You come to my country, my poor little country, and you think you can be friends with the president?
No, sir. I'm sorry, sir. Things must have come out wrong. Maybe you can help me.
You'll be sorry, friend. Relax! I mean, relax!
Sure. Somewhere between the threatening stare and the soldier's arm to the teeth? Yeah. Yeah, you had me.
Good thing his soldiers picked up on the subtle humor and didn't just accidentally shoot me, thinking that's what the boss wanted.
Drink, and then we'll talk. My name is Capitan Vicente de Santa.
John Marston.
My country is in pain, John Marston. Terrible pain. The rebels have seized the people by the throat and destroy a way of life.
I'm no politician, sir.
And I am no soldier, Aquila. But we are both beholding to our time. A brave man, perhaps you've heard of him. Coronel Allende. He's trying to preserve the order in our province. To keep our civilization alive. But it's tough. The people are confused and usually swayed. Sometimes in the service of what is right, you gotta do terrible things. That breaks my heart.
I also am no moralist, sir.
I wish I enjoy your freedoms.
You love this character? He is one of the more interesting ones.
An American, an outlaw named Bill Williamson. I believe he came here to seek protection from another outlaw named Javier Escuela.
You're no moralist, but you hunt outlaws?
So it would seem. You heard anything of these men?
I am the government, or what is left of it. Outlaws seek each other. They're possibly hiding with thieves and killers who pose as freedom fighters in the hills around here. They're united under one traitor named Abraham Reyes.
Where could I find this Reyes?
If I knew, I would be there, hunting him with everything that is true within me. Reyes finds you.
Like cholera.
Something like that. But it's possible, though. My men are trying to lure him into
Resident Evil Manpla? Never heard of it. What is that?
Goes okay, I'm sure the Coronel
Leon and Jill are joining Smash? I kind of figured Leon would. Is it the Resident Evil 4 version of Leon? I'm guessing Jill is a clone character.
Vámonos!
Also, is that actually confirmed, or are you just reading a rumor somewhere, Jim, and getting really excited? You have a bad habit of that. They're spirits? Oh, that's not even real characters then. That sucks. Never mind, that's nothing to get excited over. Like, why did you come in here screaming about that? Oh, they're in the game, but they're spirits. Kind of a big difference there. Hey, see you later, TSX. No, it's not. These are fresh batteries. What are you talking about? Maybe where I set the controller down, it, made the wiggle the batteries. Yeah, I did. What a great controller. No, we don't want to stick lithium ion in our controller. Make it just regular batteries. The hell are spirits? They're like little tokens you power up, and they're stupid. It's a way of pretending like you have more characters in the game.
It's a long ride to Chuparosa.
No, they're not. They're not even trophies. They're just like, hey, wouldn't you be cool? It's more. It's basically like you pretending that character is in the game by giving it a slight move set that sort of resembles what they might do, but it's not the same thing. It's just like, hey, we can't make this character in the game, but you can pretend.
The army is suffering a crisis of reputation.
Basically, it'll make no one happy. Leon would have been such a good choice though, because, you know, kind of a big deal for the GameCube. It's a comic book series based on RE games that was produced the same time as the games. They're made in Hong Kong. They diverge very far from the canon. I imagine if it's got the word Hong Kong in there. Jill has been cured from her modifications done by Wesker. Oh, she hasn't been. Oh. Well, I mean, he just made her more badass, so I don't see that as a problem. She can do really sexy split air kicks now and other Matrix-like things. It did make her blonde, though. That was weird. You guys remember how many times Jill showed her crotch to did split martial arts? And it's like the camera zoomed in real close. Like, I know what you're trying to show me, game.
I knew him too.
What do you mean? You know these men?
We was friends once. Part of the past I can't seem to get rid of.
He infected her with a plague. I thought he just put like a red necklace around her and it mind controlled her.
That is the problem with the people here. They spend too much time dreaming about imaginary futures.
I know I can't change the past.
I know she doesn't really do anything special in the little DLC you get with her and that African guy fighting their way out of the refinery. She plays just like, you know, Sheva. Complete global situation.
I ain't got much time to find these men.
There must be a high price on their heads.
I kind of hope they bring Wesker back at some point. They've kind of hinted at it in some of those offshoot games, that Wesker might still be alive.
I will never understand you Americans.
I don't care if it'd be stupid, I'd still be down for it.
Senor, and we do not tolerate people who think they can run with their own. However, if you help us, we help you. No one hides from Colonel Allende for long.
Jill hasn't appealed. Yeah, well, she hasn't had her own game in an even longer period of time since Resident Evil 3.
Don't people have the right to stand up for themselves?
The right? The right? Don't you throw silly ideas at me. What do you know about the rights of the Mexican people?
Very little. I'm just saying.
Getting a lot of political commentary here, aren't we?
I'll tell you what's behind there, Senor Marston. Lies. Insidious lies. The peasants are stupid, and like cows, they can be herded. It only takes a few men to move many.
Maybe they've just had enough.
Yeah, I think Chris has gotten way too much of the spotlight in RE. I don't know why Capcom likes him so much, but they've just given him the lion's share.
Is that why you're here?
I was once, I suppose, in a twisted kind of way. Thought I could change something if I fought hard enough.
Change what?
I don't know. Maybe
There's a rumor that would it really matter if those rockets missed him? He was still doused in lava.
Individuals putting their own needs above those of others.
But
People fighting for change.
there's been rumor. I think it was like a spec on, no, like it's like Raccoon. There's like some kind of really obscure multiplayer game that came out for RE a couple of years back, and it had rumors in it, like a few little Easter eggs here and there that kind of hint that Wesker might still be alive, but it could be like a clone of him too. Maybe we'll find out Wesker is the one, that injected that girl with mold.
What a terrible idea.
First, they need to look at why they're poor. Then they need to go
I'm still waiting to figure out why Umbrella are good guys in Resident Evil 7. That seems weird. Leon versus Wesker? I suppose. I mean, they don't have any history together, though.
The leader of the rebels?
He's a traitor, a liar, a coward, and a sinner.
I would like them to have some closure to the Leon Ada stuff finally. Instead, they're like those characters are in their 40s now. When are they just gonna like, okay, we're gonna retire and be happy together? It's time.
Who pretends to fight for the poor is taking advantage of the ignorant and the weak-minded.
He must be telling the people something they want to hear.
Of course he is. All that
Huh.
bastard is standing a balcón.
Chris and his friend formed a new umbrella. Why would they call it that, though? Let's name our new company after this horrible terrorist, company that is responsible for the horrible deaths of so many people. It'll be genius.
Ready for what?
We will lure the rebels into a trap. There's a train leaving Chuparosa soon. We're going to escort it. They will think it's a supply train, but there are no supplies on it.
Very clever.
We must throw the rats out of their holes. Give them
Well, that was a
something
long
they
travel
can
time.
use. Come on, the train is waiting.
Oh, there were good people in Umbrella, huh?
Get on your horse. You have to get to the train.
Well, you didn't, we rode here on that. You didn't tell me to, okay, never mind, there it comes. I haven't played the RE7 DLC. I played the two major ones, the one with the girls, the one where you play the uncle and you fist fight everything, and the one where you play as Chris. That's why I know about the whole Umbrella thing, but it doesn't really explain it very well. And I mostly forgot a lot of it. Oh, follow the train, Marston. We do have that mission. Well, actually stay ahead of the train this time. I kind of wish that... I don't think the Resident Evil 8 is going to be first person again, but I kind of wish it would be. I like that the way they did 7. But I think Resident Evil 2 Remake convinced them to stick with the over the shoulder. Capcom can put all the lore they want in an animated movie. Doesn't bother me any. I ain't watching it though. Because those animated movies are dumb.
That's too damn close! Whoa. You're going to Inferno, my friend!
Resident Evil is itself dumb, yeah, but dumb can still be fun. Oh, shit. I am in a bad place. Well, he's dead now. You know, shooting at a train doesn't seem like it's going to be that effective of doing much damage to it. Hey, good night, Stealth God. Uh-oh. Okay, that guy's just gone. How are their bullets actually doing damage to a train engine? Oh, I thought you were bad. I'm sorry. It's kind of hard. It's dark. You heard fox noises. Yeah, wait, you actually know what it sounds like? I thought there was a whole ordeal about that. Oh. Oh, shit. Horrible things. No, wrong thing. You know, give me the... Oh, crap. What does Moonshine do? Refills the dead eye meter and no dead eye is consumed for... Okay, that's real good. Give me the moonshine. You ever tell me about the time you basically use artillery guns at AT guns and an RTS? Pretty wacky stuff if you do... What game was this? Oh, fuck, that horse just got splooshed. I only saw it for a second, but... Poor horse. I think we're done. Hey, see you later, Tetsu. You have a doctor's appointment tomorrow? Hope it goes well. And happy Thanksgiving to you as well. I guess you're not American? Or maybe you are. But if you are, happy Turkey Day. My horse is broken. There we go.
Come on, come on!
Canadian? Oh, we already had your Thanksgiving.
Todo bien, compadre? You did a good thing for Mexico today. Colonel Allende will be very pleased.
Who can think of a badass anime attack name? Dancing Reaping Spiral Attack. I don't know. That's usually what it's like, isn't it? Company of Heroes 2.1. And artillery set up. Oh, not a bad choice of a game. I've never been good at art. Wow, you're a great soldier. You could have shot them.
Marston, you're gonna have to do something.
What?
You have to go out there and stop the train before it crosses the bridge.
No one else is gonna help. I can see this train is vitally important. Midnight Mayhem. Now we get to follow the damn train. Shit. I can't hit. I can't shoot. Do I have... Eat an apple. That didn't help. Well, that went horribly, didn't it? Even I'm embarrassed about that one. And I'm usually shameless. Whoa, my horse flew for a second there. Soul Ripper? No, it's gotta have a couple adjectives in there. Well, more than just one. Oh, I got no more juice. I got no more power. This is not... Okay, do I have anything that'll give me juice back? Green tobacco? Yeah, that does it. That was janky as fuck looking. Get used to my bleach? What did you go looking at on the internet? Neat. I was hoping I could like hijack the train and drive it off, but apparently not. Okay. What's next? Another descent mission? Isn't there another one somewhere? One that's not so frickin' far away? Apparently not. You want to ask, but I think it's best not to know. Because his eye bleach thing. You know, I kind of miss the days when I could yell, hey chat, I found this awesome website called Lemon Party. I think you should check it out. Everyone's wise to it now, though. The old memes, they hold no power anymore. The good old days when everyone was still innocent on the internet. Everyone has gotten jaded now. Too much shit posting. Too much overuse of memes. Do I play mobile games? The only one I've ever played was the Hearthstone mobile version. That's it, really. I've never really been into mobile gaming. It doesn't really appeal to me at all. And it seems like it's only gotten worse. Tell me, Chad, does a Nintendo Switch count as mobile gaming? If you take it with you? Your friends fooled you with 2 girls, 1 cup. Oh, that's a classic. I still remember my introduction to that, and that was watching Joe Rogan react to it.
How's he getting so close?
This was before the days of Joe Rogan running a podcast. If I were to ever appear on Joe Rogan's podcast, I would ask him about watching 2 girls, 1 cup. Joe, have you ever tried watching 2 girls, 1 cup on, LSD? Or is it DMT he's always asking everyone about? You guys know that was likely fake, by the way, right? It was likely just chocolate sauce. But it was really convincing, wasn't it? My screen, my game is so fucking dark. It's that the Xbox One just has a problem. Hold on. I don't know what that was. Xbox One seems to have a problem when it comes to emulating some Xbox 360 games. It makes them way too dark, and this game also seems to have a glitch in the emulation where it's always nighttime. And I have to like save and everything else to fix it. You made enemies on DeviantArt? I didn't even know people still went to DeviantArt. I thought that site was Left 4 Dead a long time ago. I thought, yes, were you anyone who just like has a really freaky, like, I got some nice furry art I want to post and tell everyone about. Went to these days. Because there's way better artist sites out there. Hell, you're better off posting on Instagram or something, your art. I know a lot of... Tumblr took a lot of DeviantArts people from them for a while. But now Tumblr is pretty much dead. What's that? No porn on the Tumblr? I'll go to a, finer pastures, good sir. Oh wait, there is another character on my map now. It's an L. Okay, let's go to Linda. Or Louisa. Tumblr is only used... I don't know what is Tumblr being used for in reality right now. Because I think they lost like, what, 90% of their viewers? Or the people who use the website? And then like Pornhub made a joke about buying them, I think, didn't they? And using it again for porn. You got paid twice on DeviantArt to have your stock photos used for book covers. Huh. Not a bad business, I suppose. But I just think there's like way better, more efficient sites for that kind of stuff out there these days. DeviantArt is like old internet at this point. How many of you go to a Newgrounds still? When was the last time any of you went to Newgrounds? If you've ever been to Newgrounds. That was the YouTube before there was a YouTube. There's a lot of good cartoons that were released on that, though. Newgrounds is picking up popularity again? I don't see how. Well, they might actually... With the whole COPA stuff, some of those animators might have to go back to Newgrounds. No one knows how that's going to affect animation channels on YouTube. Wait, this looks like it was made for kids. So let me go post my animations on a site that regularly has porn advertisements. So how's Newgrounds making a comeback, by the way? Is Flash popular again? I still remember watching all the Bitey of Brackenwood, videos, and those were fucking amazing. They put everything else on Newgrounds to shame. Because it was actually like a Disney animator, a former Disney animator, making Flash cartoons on Newgrounds. They were good. After Tumblr died, everyone moved there. But what do they do there is what I'm asking. Newgrounds takes you back. I spent a lot of time in high school on Newgrounds. I'd have to like keep an eye out on the back of my head because there's always porn advertisements on the website, and I'd get in a lot of trouble if a teacher walked by. Porn, a lot of porn, that makes sense. I think the creators of that they let the site run automatically while they make video games. It's the Behemoth, the developer of the Behemoth is actually made by is run by the people who also run Newgrounds. Beat you with a stick. I could do that. I mean, I'm not doing it for free though. If you're good at something, never do it for free. Newgrounds has always had a lot of porn. Like, dating sims were big on that before Steam ever stole the market from them. Oh shit, it's another one of these things where I come back at a certain time. I can't even tell what time it is, though. It's always night. It's like I live in Alaska for like half of the year. Okay, we'll go do more of DeSanto's missions then. I got property over there. Oh, fuck. Yeah, we got property there, so we should be good. I'll sleep there, and then we can make it daytime. Having fun with this glitch? No, it's goddamn annoying.
Let's go.
Just set up a camp. I don't have any camps in my inventory. I'm kind of like a pauper gangster right now. Not buying much. Economy, man, it's rotten. You rediscovered a folder you have that's basically a shrine to Plant from Plants vs. Zombies. Beat you with a stick and hawed because of that. Hey, you can like Plants vs. Zombies if you like. I mean, your friends are going to judge you and they'll probably alienate you, but it's all about what you enjoy. No, I don't remember this much horseback riding back when I played this game originally. I think the Mexico section, though, has a lot of downtime of you just riding between places. Old Joel del Diablo. Just another guy being chased by dogs. Probably because last time you didn't have to contend with that glitch. No, I think it's just, you know, the time has passed and I forgot a lot about this game. Probably since I wasn't, you know, doing it, you know, for content either, I didn't really care as much. You know, your opinions can be subtly changed if you're doing something, you know, for a video. And how you play the game also is different. You're going into a deviant art hole as well. Hey, I can't help you there. I stay away from that site. I only go to Christian websites that tell me about the Lord Jesus. Surprisingly, they usually have terrible UI. I don't know what it is about Christian websites, but they just refuse to use anything modern. It's like going into GeoCities sites still sometime. It's like, can't the Lord send you something a little bit better? This isn't exactly convincing me of the power of your faith. Huella del Diablo is a pun on the devil's ass. Well, we did pass through a big stone ring, so I get what they're going for there. J.J. Abrams is angry over Baby Yoda stealing the internet. That sounds like a headline, and I don't trust when a headline says something. So more than likely, J.J. Abrams made a very offhand comment that they're just blowing up to make a big headline story out of it, and he's not really angry. Never trust the headline, chat. They're always shit. Here we go. We can sleep and make it so it's possible to see what we're doing. They're giving me a place with some wall. Oh, fuck! 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 I didn't want to, but the game made me. I think one chased my horse away. Wow, this looks comfortable. We're sleeping on the... Okay, my horse is gonna be sleeping there, apparently. Oh, my internet has apparently died. Okay, it's back now, I think. Oh, sorry about that, chat. My internet apparently dropped down to 0 for a second. I think we got time for one more mission, and then we'll call it there, because my internet doesn't seem like it has many miles left in it tonight. So let's do one more mission. It's almost stopping time anyway, so it actually will probably be just, you know, midnight by the time I finish it. Stream's still working, yeah, but my kilobits per second dropped down to 0 for a second or two there.
Sorry, but you're mine.
Green Jacket, you know, if you type in, you know, not weird stuff on DeviantArt, you'll probably find some good, decent art there. If you type boob punching, you can't really be surprised by what you find. Happy Tree Friends? That's a name I haven't heard in a while. Is this like your first time on DeviantArt? You seem really surprised by all of this. Okay, horse, don't use the easy way up. Your internet's going to hell too? Yeah, everyone seems to be having that tonight.